Okay, I don't know if anybody can see me. I'm going live right now in the backyard. It's cold as the motherfucker out here now. Well, it ain't that cold, but it's definitely cooled off a little bit. I don't even know if this thing is even working right. But yeah, man, going live right now. Let me see if I can get this. Wait for everybody to get up in here. Okay, let me know. I don't have my other phone on, so I'm not gonna really do a whole lot of replying. But let me know if y'all can hear me. Hold on, let me go get my thing. Okay. Oh, you got some people up in here. Okay, all right, all right. Hold on a second. It's windy as hell out here. I gotta set this whole thing up. Y'all just stand by for a second. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to go live right now. I gotta talk about a few things. See if we can get this thing going. Okay, okay. See if we can get this going. I ain't did it live in a minute. Damn, I don't know if this is gonna work, but let me know. Let me know if y'all can hear me now, man. Somebody say something real quick. I see. Okay, I got Sidewalk, Dr. T. Damn, it's all kind of people up in this motherfucker already. Damn. Hit that like button when y'all. Oh, Dr. T. Okay, everyone, sleep. Okay. Uh, Justin Helton. Okay, right on. Sidewalk. What up? I hear you. Okay, everybody hear me? Yeah, man. I'm over here in the backyard. It's man. I'm just showing y'all the extreme weather changes out here in southeast Louisiana. Man, it was just y'all just saw me fight mosquitoes in the video. Then y'all saw me chilling, and now all of a sudden we about to get down to 50 degrees a night, and then tomorrow morning the high gonna be 56, and then 30 or something at night tomorrow. So it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy, man. Okay, right on a little live. Yep. Okay, all something been spoken. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about I'm letting y'all know right now, we're gonna talk about 2A rights and if you ever have to like really uh defend yourself in a situation and some things you really need to consider because I mean I already knew this, but one thing about taking firearm courses and stuff like that, I don't know if y'all can see me, man. I'm gonna bundle up like a motherfucker, like I'm in Chicago. But the one thing you got to remember, you have to refresh your firearm courses in the state you live in and find out what the new laws is and stuff like that. But more importantly, you need to realize like what happens after the shot. It's one thing to just say you got a gun and then you're gonna protect yourself. And it's a whole nother thing when you got to go to court. And that's what my man Preston Jones, he told me I can use his name. He's a firearm instructor down here. He emphasized that like big time. Like uh, after the shot is when it all starts. So there's two officers that's got indicted. New NOPD over here, Morero, Louisiana, shot two teenage kids in the back that committed the crime. And so the state is in Louisiana, particularly. I can't speak for the rest of the country. They're taking officer involved shootings really, really serious. Louisiana State Police, and now, hey, look, man, we all know how it goes down for a lot of people, but so that's why we got to talk about the 2A rights. So I got some moderators up in here. Let's make sure we okay, Ty, I see you, Ty. You look like you up in New Hampshire. Hell yeah. Hey, Ty, I'm telling you, boy, I got a hoodie on and this big ass snuggly thing. This is my daughter back when she was in high school. Y'all know I'm from San Diego. This is at Point Loma. This is 2025. This is my daughter hoodie. It's really my wife hoodie thing. But anyway, I don't even wear this shit really, but it's cold. It ain't cold, but it just came out of nowhere. Anyway, yeah, that's funny, man. What we got up in here? Dallas. Okay, Dallas cooking. Yeah. Hey, Dallas cooking. Dallas, Texas cooking. Man. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, bro. I was gonna make some smothered turkey wings tonight, but we ended up making lasagna. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. I was kind of disappointed with that. Well dressed, well dressed. Yeah, that's right. Well dressed in the house. We gonna definitely. Hey man, y'all gotta hang with me real because I got a really good conversation going on tonight, man. But I'm gonna get back. Make sure we get some moderators, man. Like, hey, are you all y'all cats moderators? Who's not a moderator? Well dressed. Are you a moderator? Ed as a moderator. Yep. Okay. And what about Dallas cooking? Moderator. Okay. Yeah, I gotta have a lot of people, man, have my back because these trolls they gonna be coming out in a second, but I ain't got time. I ain't really worried about all that, man. But anyway, look, man, look. Let me get stay on topic because the Steelers right now balling. You know, we got Aaron Rodgers, all that. Anyway, I don't get into that. But look, man, look, two-way rights. Let's get right into it. What does that really mean when you're talking about you owning a gun and having to defend your life? Let's just stay on that topic because all that other stuff, the right to bear arms and shall not be all that man, all that shall and this that man that don't mean nothing in the court system. You got to remember these people do not want civilians to be armed, and they don't want you out there playing God and jury and decide who lives and all that kind of stuff. So for all us concealed carry people, we need to really pay attention, according to my man, that refreshing me. And I was like, I said, I stay on the, what do you say, on the more, hey man, look, you can call me whatever you want, cut me off in traffic. I don't get all upset on all that stuff. But if I'm going to say this right now, if you a person, you're in the wind chimes, them wind chimes didn't blow at all summer because you know why? Ain't no fucking breeze in Louisiana in the goddamn summer. But now all of a sudden they want to just the wind when I go live, you would think I was in fucking Switzerland or some shit. Man, this is crazy. But and y'all know these wind chimes been here. They ain't no breeze in Louisiana, especially in August. But anyway, man, yeah, but let me get back to what I was saying. Congress, White House, DC, ATF, whoever y'all want to believe in, Democrat, Republic, whoever y'all want to believe in, none of them really want regular people to be armed. They don't want the regular, really law-abiding people to be armed. And let me tell you why. It sounds crazy. Like, why would not someone go? I know someone asked, why would Congress and the government and the court system, the DAs, the prosecutors, why would they not want law-abiding citizens to be armed? Now, for me, I personally think that there's so many people in the country that's illegal that are not even natural born and not even went through INS or no immigration system at all. I pretty much believe this in my own mind. I ain't about to get into no proof and all that. Y'all can just do your own homework. I live in Cali for many years, and I can tell you right now, they say on the census, California got 43 million people in there, and I'm gonna raise my right hand to my God, which is the real God, Allah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Allah says that there's at least 4 million people in that motherfucking state that ain't even registered. Easy in California, easy. So with that being said, the country, man, there's over 10 million, 15 million people in our country right now sitting today eating Popeye chicken. No, but I'm just saying, man, we've been already had illegal people in our country. So what that means is that now we're here in 2025. I think the feds are nervous about like all these people being here, and now they trying to say, man, we can get as many guns off the street right now, because we ain't gonna be able to get them out of our natural born citizens, but if we can just kind of start changing some laws and tweaking some things for all these newbies, we might have a better shot because they already know the natural born Americans are already armed up. So it's a problem right now for them, not for the people who don't go around doing heinous stuff with their firearms. So that's just one part what I got to say on that two-way part. Now, let's talk about what I found out in that class yesterday. There's no national reciprocity. And shout out to the Alert Zone. He said this. We've been needing national reciprocity with concealed carry, pretty much all of our standard gun laws, and all this state to state. You only can carry a 10 round here. You can't have a threaded barrel. You can't have a short barrel rifle. You can't have what is I think in Illinois. Now remember, Illinois, they so fucked up. Their gun laws is county to county. It's kind of similar to California, but not really. When I'll explain the not really in California, but in Illinois, it's actually really. And what I mean, when you hear like really oppressive and restrictive gun laws in the state of Illinois, they're really referring to Cook County. They're not referring to Springfield, Illinois. They're not referring to Peoria. Not referring to Carbondale. They're not Aurora. They're not referring to any of those little small little rural towns. Most of Illinois is farm country. There's nothing there. There's no ocean beaches. Nothing. You know, say if you ever driven to Illinois, you won't be impressed until you hit Chicago. That's the only part that probably impressed you because of the beautiful downtown skyline and all that kind of stuff. But Illinois is just farm country. So those gun laws are really just, they're talking about Cook County, the inner city. Just like the state of New York. Y'all see what they going through. Look what New York. What's this? Sidewalk talk. Yeah. And he did a video today. Shout out to him. And he's right. They fucked up because the boroughs is what's making everything. They're doing gun laws for the boroughs. They're not doing that shit for upstate New York. Hell no, they're not doing that. So people need to understand a lot of these quote unquote blue states. Oh, I think this thing about to die. All kind of batteries dying all of a sudden. But can y'all still hear me? Yeah. Can y'all make sure y'all can still hear me because this shit might be breaking. Oh, white. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, man. My Bluetooth thing is already blinking red, but I'm gonna try to pull this off. But yeah. Okay. It's good in New Hampshire. Yeah, I know. Louisiana CCW is good in a lot of states. A lot of states, man, for sure. Man, hold on for a second. Y'all hold on for a second. I gotta do something real quick. I gotta plug this thing in, and then I keep going. But what I was saying is that you got to understand these blue states are really red states. It's just that they don't want people to be armed, really, so to speak. So, you got to be careful with that. And so you don't know what's going on. Yeah, how I'm gonna do all this? Yeah, hold on for a second. Hold on. See if I can find a block. Oh no, they ain't even. I need the old school block. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm back. I'm not sure if y'all can hear me, but I'm trying to get back. Man, that's one thing. I ain't really all that high tech. So y'all gotta have to just work with your boy. Hold on. You would think I would be high tech by now, all the gadgets and stuff I have, but I coached for so long and I never paid attention to all that stuff. So here we go. I'm back. So hold on. Let me plug this up in here. I mean, I'm fairly organized, but just sometimes things just be the way that what it is. And all this little new stuff, though, man, they got everything nowadays. This shit is crazy. Hold on for a second. Okay, let's go on to this. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Somebody say they can hear me, because I can't tell really. I am still live, ain't I? Okay. Anybody gonna say something? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Oh, something been smoked. Cool. All right, I'm back. Yeah, hit that like button when y'all come in, man. Hey, something, man. You're a moderator. Yeah, okay. Hit that like button. Oh, James Walker. Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, what I was gonna say, man. Yeah. Let me get back to it real quick. James Walker, since you tune in, Alert Zone, that national reciprocity is huge, man, because I'm telling you, all this state to state, man, people are gonna get caught up, man, for real. And so if you don't know all your personal state laws, man, you really screwed, man. And I'm gonna tell you what I took away from the class. Now let me get back to Louisiana because we were talking about specifically Louisiana. It's a stand your ground state, first of all. Okay, now our in Louisiana, your car is your dwelling, your house is your dwelling. Wherever you claim your home is, that's your dwelling. So if somebody comes in your house, they do not have to have a deadly weapon. But because once they break into your house down here, it's considered you're an imminent danger. See the difference? So some states don't allow that. I can tell you right now in California, that ain't how that go. If someone break in your house and they ain't got a gun and you shoot them, you're gonna have to answer to the court system. But see here in Louisiana, no, that's on the books that you have the right to defend your home and your car in your car, your life, not the vehicle itself. You can't just run outside in Louisiana and shoot somebody because they're breaking in your car because they don't have property law right. You don't have property rights to protect your property. You can't protect your property with a firearm. What I'm saying, but you can protect your life, and you don't have to retreat if they have a deadly weapon. So a lot of this stuff, man, is really important, really, because a lot of people gonna go to jail in the future, in my opinion. Like in all these states that have open carry and all this kind of stuff, because they don't really understand that owning the gun is just one part of it. Understanding how to use it under a certain situation is another part of it. Now, here's what I also was a good refresher, and this is really big. I don't even think most people. I knew this, but I forgot. So I ain't gonna front like I knew when he said it. I was kind of like, oh man, I know that, but I didn't really know it. The difference between concealment and not carrying a gun, like me, you personally hiding, concealment and cover. So he broke it down, and that's why I love this guy. He had man. His dude is well decorated. He graduated from Quantico, NOPD for many years, President Detail. Man, I just love the fact there was a brother that went through all this training and been on all these big, huge details. He was on he helped take down a dude that did the massacre here on Bourbon Street. He was on part of that detail. Did all kind of covert missions. He was telling us a couple things that he did, takedowns and been shot at and all kind of stuff. This dude is really decorated, and he was breaking it down to us. He was saying like, look, it was stuff that had nothing to really do with me because I was just there for a concealed carry permit, but they were there for like security training, armed security training. So I was just like sitting there listening. But he was saying like the difference between concealment, like being concealed and being undercover, is that concealment is like being behind a door, but a bullet can travel through a door. So that's concealment, being concealed. I'm gonna conceal myself so that if I'm defending myself, I'm doing a investigation. I'm trying to stay away from the bad guys. I'm concealing myself behind a car door, behind a wood door, behind this. But that is concealment. The difference between that and cover is meaning the bullet can't travel through it, meaning a brick wall, steel plated wall, an engine block, a tire well. That's cover. And so when you start talking about and you cross that over to like self-defense, it makes it really tricky because a person might think like, okay, this person's about trying to kill me, and that might be true. But if you fire your weapon and it's not a clear path to travel and there's people around you, you're going to wind up in jail. You know what I'm saying? So it really does go back to like every bullet come out your gun, man, you were responsible for it. So all that, my EDC is this, and if somebody run up on me, I'm going to give it to them. Yeah, you can give it to them, but you got to make sure, and that's where defensive ammo come in, jacketed hollow points and stuff like that. You can't just be carrying ball tip ammo running around and it goes through the person that's trying to take your life, and then it hits somebody that has nothing to do with what was going on, because you're gonna end up in court. And these prosecutors and these DAs, that's man, they put their whole record, their whole careers on 100% conviction. So think about that for a minute. If you go up in court under an involuntary manslaughter charge or whatever it may be, or the shooting is bad, and this prosecutor, this DA has a little bit of leverage to lock you up, they going for it. You could plea, but your ass is going to jail, and you was trying to defend your life. That's a cold part of the game right there. So you got to make sure it's 100% solid shooting. You got to make sure that your path of travel, the bullet is going to be clear of all any kind of person, and that's what makes it dicey because the criminals don't give a shit about bystanders and all that kind of stuff. I was like, damn, Preston, man, that's kind of rough, man, because the criminals don't care. He said, you're right, they don't care, and that's why civilians have a harder time defending themselves than the criminals do. Because them motherfuckers don't give a fuck. They just run up to you and just like walk you down and don't care where that can go. 90% of the time they got ball tip ammo, so the bullet's still traveling, hitting all kind of people all in the background, knocking down old ladies, pop, 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 pop. They don't give a shit. But you got to sit there and think like, man, where's this bullet going? So, and that's why you starting to see people promote less than lethal for their EDC. Like they still got the lethal, but they want you to carry mace and burners and all this kind of shit. Shout out to Trey 57 production. So they want you to carry all this shit, nightclubs and swords and knives and all this, because you can get the person off of you and still kind of get away. They kind of want you to stick and move, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something to think about. So that's why now I'm going back. I'm gonna break down my whole firearm training all over again, just tear it all apart. Because after this training course and talking to him, man, I had a great attitude about EDC and about, man, something happened to me, I'm gonna do the right thing. Nope, I would have went to jail probably. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I probably would have went to jail because it sounds like is this much room for error. It's micro. It's not macro. If you make one mistake on this whole process of defending your life, your ass is going to jail for 25 years. And I ain't got time for that. So what I'm going to do is go break down my training, start working on, I'm shooting out there 20 and 50, fucking around. And I'm like, that's definitely going to get you in jail. Everybody want to practice. I can hit steel at 100. Well, you keep hitting steel at 100. I'm going to try to hit the motherfucking forehead at 5. Because that's what the ones that gonna keep you out of jail. And I'm definitely gonna go into really high-end jagged and hollow point training. Fuck all that shooting this Monarch all the time. No, I ain't got time for that no more either. I need to really go by a big ass jail. Those little jail statue dudes with the torsos. And me and Nola Gospel Tracks, we gonna have to go out and get the jail and all that and do the whole ballistics, see how far it travel. Because I don't want nothing that's gonna go through a skinny jean mafia, character come and run up to me, or YC. Oh yeah, I don't know if y'all know this in New Orleans, man. I don't know if y'all know this. They got the YN. I don't say the YN because I don't like saying the N word. Period. First of all, and I don't look at no African American person that's no N word. That's just me. Y'all ain't never heard me say that on my channels and like that. And I ain't got nothing against people who say it because I said it before, and I say it sometimes to people that look like me off camera and do different things, but that's another story. But that whole YN thing, I don't like that. But since it is there, it's there. But I don't know if y'all know that in New Orleans, there's a bunch of white kids that are called the YCs, that are young crackers. So, and they embrace the shit because the black kids named them that went to school with them, and it's a whole ignorant, crazy thing. Yeah, so it's a YC thing down here. So if you come to New Orleans and you hear YCs, that's the young crackers. That's just basically a bunch of young white kids that, I guess, in a indirect way, embrace urban culture, urban black culture, and they're not afraid to say it. They like rap music. They like black girls, and it's like you'll see white kids with black girls on Bourbon Street, teenagers. So yeah, they're called the YCs. Go figure. It's 2025. I live that old that there's a YC now. But anyway, back to my point. So yeah, I got to go break down all my training again. Because all this, all these little rules, and this the South. This is Louisiana. And if you live in Georgia or North Carolina or South Carolina, don't think your ass off the hook either. Your little racist ass prosecutor and DA, they ain't got your back either. So y'all better make sure y'all shot placement is accurate, and you better dial in your EDC ammo to the milli inch. Like you better dial that shit in, because that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go spend a whole bunch of money on jagged and hollow point ammo and ordering a big ass jail figurine. And me and Nola Gospel Tracks gonna go out to Nick's, and we're gonna spend a whole day on shooting all kind of jagged and hollow points and see how far that shit travel. Because like I said, if you shoot a motherfucker that only eat Popeye's chicken all night, and he 5'3" and weigh 110 pounds, and you got a big ass uh 45 ACP 200 and 85 grain jacket and all, man, you better hope that thing stick because it's gonna go through his little skinny ass. And most of these criminals ain't that big. There's not a bunch of buff ass walking around criminals like just carjacking. Give me your car, like two looking like swole up like old school Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like Lee Haney and shit, swole up, robbing you and putting you in a stranglehold. Most big yoke dudes don't really do that. They're little skinny mafia motherfuckers, like all motherfuckers on scooters and shit, riding around hella thin and skinny and smoking hella Black and Miles and looking all dusty and rusty. Them the motherfuckers you gotta watch out to. And it ain't no different. I'm not talking about race. They all skinny. White, black, Mexican, Chinese. Anybody jacking out there is skinny. There's not a lot of buff people out there jacking. So make sure your jacket and hollow points is really dialed in to the point. Because I know everybody be saying, "Oh, give me subsonics, 147 grain." Yeah, that's good, motherfucker. If you about to shoot a Delta SEAL down in a combat situation, because the motherfucker gonna have a bulletproof vest on and Kevlar and all this kind of shit. Yeah, but if you got some motherfucker that was just sitting over here eating Jack in the Box, drinking an old ass coffee and smoked out and just trying to get another lick, man, he might have a pair of Crocs on, nigga, riding a BMX bike, a Huffy, and try to take you out. So you don't need that much firepower. You just need something that's gonna get on target, and your train need to be accurate. Because if you miss a skinny ass and you hit an old lady at the bus stop, your ass going to jail for 25 years, flat out. So I'm about to redo all my training all over again. I've been looking at this shit all wrong. Now I got to go back to the drawing board, man. We need to go back to ammo training and seeing how far these bullets are traveling in people's bodies and what the impact is, all the scientific part of it all. Because I'm telling you, he was saying when you get in court, they're gonna say shit like this, like, okay, Mr. Eyes and ears. So when the guy jumped at you, you were at the let's just say hypothetically, you was at the McDonald's. Okay, when they approached your car, what did he do? Did he bang on your windows? Yeah. And then he banged on my windows. Okay, all right. Then what did he do? He said he's gonna kill me. Okay, he declared he's gonna take your life. Okay, and you thinking like you winning, and then here's where you lose. And then it's like, what did he do then? Oh man, he pulled out a big ass pipe wrench, hella big, the ones that you work on pipes on the bathroom, and was about to hit my window, and then I shot him. Okay, so you were nervous, huh? I was like, yeah, I was real nervous. I feared for my life. He said that makes sense because he had a big old wrench and said he's gonna kill you. Yeah. Okay, and then they go away and walk out the room. These motherfuckers come back. You thinking you winning? You sitting back going like, they let you keep your phone. You ain't even handcuffed, and you sitting back. Oh yeah, baby, this is gonna be good. He said, he said, yeah, you were scared. Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good. Man, they come back in the room with the sheriff. Stand up, please. You can put your hands behind your back. They about to lock your ass up because guess what? Your life was not in imminent danger because the window was up, the car was running, the fool had a pipe wrench, and he said he's gonna kill you, but you could have pressed the gas and got out of there, but you pulled your gun and shot him through the glass window. Yeah. Welcome to 2A rights, motherfucker. You lose. So no, man, hell no. That ain't this is not how it go. So you don't want to be that. No, man. When he broke all that shit down, that ain't imminent danger. So the only two words your ass need to know is imminent danger and could you have gotten away? Because if you couldn't have gotten away, even if it was imminent danger, you still are gonna look better on the side of the court because you didn't discharge your weapon and you got away. But if you fire that pistol or that rifle and this motherfucker didn't really like get up on you, really, like, so to speak, you done, man. They gonna lock your ass up because all they gonna do is do forensic investigation on the bullet and the firearm and where it went and where it landed. They gonna find that bullet. Your dumb ass don't know how to find bullets, so they gonna find it. And when they find it and they do all that DNA testing and it went through the goon. And but unfortunately, it went through the goon and went all the way over here to the Circle K gas station and popped this lady in the forehead. You gonna be sitting up in Angola for 30 years. So it's not really that easy, man. That's why I be telling people like, man, understand this. What's probably a better move is to know how to move when you move in society and where you going and what time you going and who you rolling with. And if you're a young person, like in your 20s and 30s, which I'm not, you really better pay attention because they really ain't gonna give you no leeway in the court system at all. So it's rough, man. These 2A rights is not really. I mean, I know I waved a little 2A flag and like, yeah, that shit don't really. It ain't really all that 2A when you go through a firearm training course and then you listen to what these professionals, not some fucking YouTube people, are telling you. And they're telling you like, look, man, we locking up cops every day because they got unlawful shootings, and these DAs and these prosecutors, they don't like to lose. There's no DA and prosecutor that wants an L on their record. Ask Marcia Clark and Christopher Darden over there when they did the OJ case. Their careers were done. I think one of them ended up doing teaching law in Long Beach State, another one at a city college. You ain't heard nothing from Marcia Clark, Christopher Darden since the OJ case because they took an L. Because when they saw that defense panel that OJ put together, they knew they were cooked. They knew they were cooked. Shapiro, Kardashian, my man, God damn, the legendary, God damn, if it don't fit, we must quit. Oh hell no! I've been drinking. I forgot, man. But anyway, Johnny Cochran. But yeah, so these prosecutors and these DAs, they not in business to lose, bro. Y'all need to understand this. So y'all got these guns and y'all running around and y'all acting like y'all tough. Now, I'm not talking to people who's on this live. I'm just saying in general, if you are a gun owner, you must understand, if anything you take from this live, you must understand it don't even start until you actually go to court when you defend your life. Yeah, you live. I know, because it's really cliche. Man, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Fuck that shit, man. I ain't going out like that. Okay? Keep that same energy when you got to sit in that fucking courtroom with them prosecutors and those DAs and those judges and all these motherfuckers. They all hang out together. And God forbid if you got a public defender. Well, good luck, because they hang out with the motherfuckers too. So you better have a good ass attorney. And when you sitting up in there at that table, at that pine table, and that motherfucker across the counter that locked up 100 out of 100, the people that he's prosecuted, the odds ain't looking good for you. So you better have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because it ain't nothing pretty, man. And he gave us he showed videos, old ass videos and shit, but he gave us like some shit from Quantico, some shit that he's been on, cases, brought a old sheriff in and told us stories. And man, it's real, man. And that's why I went for the 5-year permit. I didn't go for that lifetime permit, man. Fuck that lifetime permit, man. That's a lazy, easy way out of it. I went for the 5-year because I want to be on time. I ain't trying to check out anytime soon. So I'm gonna live another 5 years if God willing. Shit, hell yeah. But I want to be with the latest and the greatest on the gun laws and what's going on where I live. I don't fuck around with all that national politics shit, man. I want to know what's going on in Louisiana while I'm here. So that's my whole take, man. I just want to let y'all know that, like, wherever I live, I want to know what's going on where I live. And that's why I told y'all all that presidential and all that stuff. That's good. And, put your energy behind that. But you need to be putting your energy behind what your governor says, what the law is where you live. Wherever you live, and in whatever state you live in, your governor is your dictator. And because we all it's 50 dictators. Okay. But we got one big giant prime minister, because we are colony, right? We do understand that we've been communists for a while. I don't know if anybody realized that America has been communist for a while. So we do have dictators. So whatever your dictator in your state say what the law is with these 2A rights and this gun shit, man, you better take heed and listen to what they saying, because they got it on books and they gonna throw your ass in jail. It's much harder to be a law-abiding citizen to defend your life than it is to be a criminal to take your life. That's a goddamn shame in America. Like, for real though. Let me see what y'all saying, man, because I can't do all this shit. Public defender Sleep said, "Oh yeah, I know." Question mark. Well dressed. Sometimes it's better to just be a witness. Well, I mean, well dressed. I mean, you're right. I mean, look. In the state of Louisiana, it sounds like you can actually defend another person for getting killed. I'm with you. I may not. Look, I ain't gonna speak on that because I'm not gonna watch. I'm just gonna not let that touch that one. But you're right. You sometimes better be a witness. What up, family? I hear y'all. Yeah, You have to protect your life. Yeah, you got to protect your life twice, 2 times. Who said that? I ain't got my glasses on. Cruising 4, 3, 6, 7. Man, that's you. You got to protect your life twice. So you got to. The goon is about to take your life, and then you do everything right, and then unfortunately, you know, the bullet ricochet off his forehead and then land over here and take out somebody else, and now you go to jail because this motherfucker broke into your house or was robbing you on the street, and whoa, 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 whoa. And that's why I always said this. That's why shotguns are great for home defense. I don't know why people don't fucking listen to me on that. Shotguns is the best home defense because that motherfucker ain't traveling no fucking 2 blocks down the street. I got a 5.7 for my home defense. Okay, with the little mini missiles and shit. Have you seen a 5.7 round? And them little motherfuckers, that shit. If you fire that motherfucker and it don't hit nothing, it might go all the way to South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look, you better know what kind of sheetrock or aluminum siding, whatever kind of stucco or wall, whatever you got. Man, I got the 5.7 for this motherfucker. Well, you got the 5.7 for you. Hey, you just basically you gonna end up in the commissary line on a level 2 yard because I guarantee you, if that 5.7 bullet miss and it keeps traveling, and you live in an apartment complex with a whole bunch of people that live around you, that 5.7 bullet got a high chance of hitting somebody. Okay, so that's why I always say, man, go get you a shotgun, and I'm telling you, when you laying in bed, boom, laying down, pop, jump up, whoop, boom. I'm telling you, you taking up half the motherfucking face, neck, throw it all area off, and that man, all that buck, whatever you gonna shoot. I mean, slug is a little more riskier if you live in an apartment complex. True that, because slug will go through sheetrock. But if you got bird shot or buck, or I got that stop the threat with the slug and the buck. But my house layout, the goon ain't going. First of all, it's going all in the goon, but I got brick, so they ain't gonna go through no wall. And my neighbor, it's not happening. But all that 5.7, and I got 300 blackout and 5.56. If you live in an apartment complex and you got a 7.5 inch for an ARP, you're definitely going to wind up in your local state penitentiary in a home defense shooting. Because I can promise you, if you're shooting a 5.56 in an apartment complex and multiple compartments, like you're right next to the next wall, this is how you know when you don't need to have a 5.7 or a 5.56 or a 7.62 or any rifle round, and probably not even in a pistol round. And I'm going to tell you how you're going to know. If you're watching this live video, go sit in your little couch or your futon or whatever the fuck you got. Go sit in that living room, turn the TV off, turn the game off. And if you can hear your television or them playing Call of Duty or even having sex or whatever it may be, you do not need to be having a 5.56 or a 5.7 or a 7.62 or any of that shit for no home defense. You need to break that shit down to some buckshot. You know what I'm saying? At the very most, okay? Because this is going to penetrate. It's going to over penetrate. And that's why I said, I'm about to break down my whole pistol training all over again, and mainly on ammo. Fuck all that shooting that ball tip. That's a waste of money. I should have been spending all my time on figuring out how far these bullets travel through soft tissue. For real though, man. It's a whole new way I'm looking at this shit now, man. I ain't got no time, man, because what's going on in society is more likely that a person, man, I'm gonna break it down, man. Look, it's more likely. This is what's more likely gonna happen in an EDC situation. A goon's gonna come up to you and grab you, or put his hands on you, or walk right up on you, and you're gonna see him pulling out on you, right? So that's in public. Because in your house, you cool. You already know. Door big kicked in or whatever. Boom, bam, bam, boom. I'm grabbing the shotgun. Wah, wah, wah. But in public, that shit's it's an open playing field. There's nobody stopping nobody from doing what they want to do to you in the general public. And if anybody say on this live, oh no, I control all that, you a lie. Nobody controls walking down the street. Nobody controls going to the little Krispy Kreme, getting their little donuts in the morning. Nobody controls going to the Walmart, grocery shopping, pushing the cart through. Nobody controls all that. The goons control that. They actually control your life because them goons don't follow the law. Okay, so you need to understand that. So that's why being situational awareness matters. Like when you pulling up parking, I mean, sometimes I'll be going to the store and I'll be finding myself like parking way all the way in the back and shit. All motherfucker, you would think like I was going to another motherfucking store. But I'm figuring like if I can walk up and kind of see what's going on, catch a goon coming in already in a little riding kind of position, maybe I can just like, ooh, I ain't trying to go here. No, I'm cool. That motherfucker look kind of safe. But if you pull up right to the front, always, if you want to be that gotta always pull up to the front parking spot, gotta be closest to the door, you're more likely to be victimized because that's where the goons are at. They're all by the front door. Because if you in the back parking lot, you will see them. If they're a real goon, they should be back there where you at. And if you look at him and they look at you, you like, oh, that's a goon. And the goon see you, then the goon, he might actually go to another location because you kind of spotted him. But you ain't spotting no goon on the front parking road right by a big busy parking mall or a restaurant. Nah, man, you already set up for disaster. And that's why sometimes my kids, they be getting mad and stuff when we go out to eat. They're like, why you got to park so far? I'm like, fuck it, I'll drop you off the front. Man, because I park way in the back. Man, I remember one time we went to some steakhouse and I parked at a Target parking lot and ate at the other restaurant. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's how paranoid I am. I don't know if it's paranoid, but I just think that situational awareness matter, man. You got to know what's around you. You can't be out there just pulling up in spots no more, man. Them days is gone, man. It was a time. Anybody young watching this, y'all don't remember it, but man, it was a time when you didn't have to worry about none of this shit, man. It was a free and easy country. People can do what they want, move around freely, enjoy their lives, do a couple things. But now the goons just took over, man. It says like I said, I believe the criminals got a little bit more, more say so than the taxpayers do, because the reason being there's so many corporations make so much money off of criminal, the prison systems. So they kind of want criminal. They need that criminality. Think about it. If the whole country now, we got somebody help me out. How many people live in America legally? I mean, according to the census, like 340 million people live in America. Think about it. If nobody was a criminal, where would they generate all this money that they make off all the law enforcement stuff? So they kind of induce criminal elements to make money off of it, and they build these supermax prisons and jails and all this kind of stuff and probation officers, and it's a lot of money around criminal behavior when you talk about mass population. So with that being said, there's a lot of booby traps set up for you to end up in the system. So, and I think honestly, the Second Amendment is the biggest booby trap, because the way it's out there, the way average person that goes by a gun, like, oh man, it's 2A. I got my rights. I have the right to own a gun. I got the right to do this. I got the right. Yeah, you got the right. But guess what? Those prosecutors, the DAs got the right to lock your ass up if you ain't gonna stay in compliancy, or you step a little bit outside the line and fuck up, and then they got the right to lock your ass up. So it ain't really that easy, man. It really ain't that easy, man. And so I just want to ramble on this a little bit. I'm trying to watch my Steelers. The game was at 3-2, but this is something I just want to touch upon, because it might be somebody watching this that don't know all this stuff. And I ain't no professional. I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular old dude. But I'm just saying, there's something that you really, really need to pay attention to is your bullet over traveling and clear path to travel. Like, if you against a wall and a guy that's trying to assault, the goon trying to get you up again in a you got a brick wall, light his ass up, because the bullet ain't gonna go through a brick wall. But if there's any chance that there's people behind the goon when they pull out on you in a general public area, that's where people are saying less than lethal might come in, because you might be able, if they right up on you, like in arm's reach, and you got a pocket knife. That's why I always carry a pocket knife. And I think I'm gonna have to. I got a couple more knives. I think my little pocket Kershaw, y'all know that little one I like to carry around. But yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work no more, because now I got to reevaluate the pocket knife. I just switched the whole subject. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, we need to reevaluate the pocket knives too, because I think you need a bigger blade. Because the reason why I say that, if you can train with the blade, and that's why I'm gonna add the knife training into my new EDC training, because I got to just strip all my EDC training down, because it don't really make no sense, and it's not really effective. Just going to the range, shooting rounds, at paper targets and feeling good about it and like, yeah, wow, big deal. That ain't do shit for me in a real situation. What I need to know, if I squeeze this round and inside of 4 feet, where the bullet's gonna go, how's it gonna expand, how's it gonna mushroom and stick to soft tissue and grab a hold to tissue and stay inside of the goon. We need the ammo to stay inside the goon. We don't need it getting outside of the goon, because if it gets outside of the goon, then the goon win, because he might live. This motherfucker, think about this. This motherfucker might live. This motherfucker might live. He try to rob you and shoot you. You duck, boom, and get him, bow, and then bullet goes through him. It's an old little church lady down the street with a bucket of popcorn, and then you go to jail for 25 years, but the goon live, and he get out for attempted murder in 8 years. Think about the math on that shit. You get 25, he get 8, old lady die. That shit ain't mathing at all. So that's why we need to make sure how far these bullets travel and how they expand. The energy, how does it absorb? You know what I'm saying? We need to really start thinking about that, man. And I think that's why back in the day, the old mob dudes and the old really street criminal guys used to have those like 22s and 25, 38s and stuff like that, because they were easy to conceal and not allow bang, and the bullet kind of stayed inside of the goon. But man, now these new ammunition they got right now, you probably could take a 115 grain Monarch right now and fire, and it probably go through a person that weigh 200 pounds. I mean, we don't ball tip. It might go through a person 200 pounds. We don't even, we don't even know. So we need to find out what these motherfucking jagged hollow points are really doing. And I want to get the best ones, because I really want it to be slow. That's what I learned from Preston. I don't want fast jagged hollow points. That's just for the movies. I want speed. I want the velocity, whatever the barrel. I want the max velocity out of the barrel, feet per second. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to immediately expand on soft tissue and give me a wide expansion, and I wanted to stick and just stay inside the goon. That's what I need. That's why I don't need no 5.7. Them little fucking missiles, them little motherfuckers. Phew, man, that shit. Woo, 5.7. Man, I shot a 5.7. I'm like, I'm cool. I remember the dude tried to sell me on one. He said, man, you need to get you a 5.7. No, I don't. You need to keep the 5.7, because that motherfucker gonna get a motherfucker locked up for sure. And now, if you can guarantee with that 5.7 going, hey, man, right on to you. But I'm not fucking with no 5.7 for no carry pistol. Fuck no. And that's why 45 ACP makes sense. I really want to get that Glock 30, because get a fat, slow, big ass round and just boom, a lot of gunpowder and explosion, bow, and expand, and just take all the internals out of the goon and just kind of stay inside of them. And then, not that over travel, because a lot of this 9mm ammo is really, really, it's superior, man. I'm gonna go on record, just for me personally, I think some of the best ammunition as far as like technology wise, the biggest leaps to me has been the 9mm ammo, and the 22 has done a really big leap, because back in the day 22 was absolutely crappy and shitty, and now you actually can find pretty decent 22 LR ammo, and 9mm wasn't really that great back in the day either, but now it's so much great 9mm ammo. It's over engineered in my opinion, like for EDC. So I'm gonna go try to slow it down, get more expansion, slow it down, more expansion, because I wanted to stick inside of the potential goon, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Let me see what's going on right here. Twin gens, 5.7. Okay, all right. Well, go ahead with your 5.7 twin gen. Yeah, I like shorter barrels for only because the lower velocity. Yeah, Lee, you right. Federal HAT Spear, yep. Spear Gold Dot. Do you think Glock 2010 mil with hollow points are much enough? Well, I mean, well, I'm just saying, was this cruiser? It depends on the lay of your house, man. You got to pick your home defense firearms by what's around you, man. You just can't have, because you want something. This is my favorite gun, I'm gonna shoot this for home defense. That's not how that works. Importance of home defense strategy. Yeah, you got to have a strategy, man. And that's why I always say shotguns, man. Shit, fuck that. And you can get 20 gauge. That'll soften it up even more. If you want like your wife or your kid to have a shotgun in their room that they can handle and kind of absorb the recoil a little better, get a 20 gauge shotgun for them. Give them those little pony 20 gauge shotguns for your kid's room, or if they trained up, or your wife on her side of the bed, and then have you a 12 gauge and then still have a pistol. But my point is what I'm saying is it depends on what state you live in. First of all, let's make that clear. It lives in what county of the state, because that does make a difference. The sheriffs, if you're in the area that's ran by sheriffs, it may not be so difficult. But if you live in a metropolitan area, bro, and you live in a residential home where there's another house next door, if you live in an apartment complex where you can hear somebody having sex or playing PlayStation, bro, you have to scale down your home defense firearm. And that's why I say go for shotguns. It's pretty much the best home defense firearm. Man, it's just so lethal, and it doesn't over penetrate really, man. Revolvers you can shoot through your pocket or bag without even jamming, or I know about revolvers. Yeah, revolvers, they don't jam. Don't forget, never use NFA items. Yeah. Now that's not true. Now I'm gonna say that right now. That's not true. You can use NFA items on home defense, but again, if you live in a state that don't like NFA items, your ass about to get fried in court. Absolutely. Youthful model Mavericks 8820 gauge is one of the first. Yep. Don't forget. Yeah. I mean, like I said, NFA is a whole different category. I don't want to get into that, but there's some states where that's not a problem to use an NFA item, because according to January 1st, it should go away, so to speak. So, it won't go away NFA, but you don't have to like register short barrel rifles and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. NFA is a whole different thing. Chopper season. What's up, 762 Mike? The best evidence is not to allow the intruder in the house or on the property in the first place. Well, okay, get at what's your name? I ain't got my glass on. Man, I mean, we all don't want nobody to get in the house. I mean, I don't know what you're saying. The best home defense is not letting nobody get in your house. But if they get in your house, sir, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna pull out my 990 Mossberg Shockwave filled with Stop the Threat, and I'm gonna light their ass up. The only thing I gotta be careful of in the state of Louisiana is that the motherfucker don't turn his back on me and I blast him. Now I'm in trouble. So that's why it's important not to do that whole Hollywood shit. Say hello to my little friend. Come in and get some, motherfucker, if you want. No, fuck all that shit. Stay on a low creep. Get down low. Stay quiet. Tell everybody hush hush. Let them walk down the gauntlet. I call it the gauntlet. The area they gonna walk to where they about to, breathe their last breath. Face forward. Hit them with the light. Bow, and then boom, and that's it. Lights out. Sayonara. But no, all that like trying to scare them off and all that. No, we're not doing no scaring off over here. We're gonna allow you to get very, very close, and then I'm gonna light you up because I'm already gonna know you already in. But I'm not gonna be nervous, and that's where the training come in. You can't be nervous if you're training for home defense. When you train for home defense, you got to understand something. You have to play out these scenarios in your head. You got to say, "Oh, boom, door get kicked in, bam," or you hear a creep of a window, crack. You hear a crowbar or something in the window. You don't jump up and say, "Hey, who's in my house?" You don't do that if you're trying to live. You just want to get your firearm, get ready, have it set up. Now, y'all got to get it ready because I ain't got no small kids in my house. No children, no old people in wheelchair and walkers, no birds, no squirrels. I ain't got nothing in my house. Just me and my wife and my little bitty Yorkie. And so, and we are well trained. So all I'm going to do is grab my Shockwave that's already racked. First of all, safety's already off. Yes, I do that. And I got my Glock 21 racked. Ain't no, it's a Glock, so we ain't worried about no safety. I'm grabbing the shotgun first, and I'm going to creep right to where I heard the sound. And if I see him come through the window, I'm going to let him get all the way in, crawl all the way in. I'm just going to get down on one knee, get low, stay real calm. And once he turn around, boom, that's it. And then if it's somebody behind him, they get the leftovers. But if that ain't enough, I guess I got another serving. So that's why I like shotguns. You're going to take care of the problem real quick, real easy, no over penetration. Ain't got to worry. Now, if you ain't got a shotgun, you got to figure out a pistol situation. You know what I'm saying? Someone y'all see me dealt with. Yep. RIP. What's going on? Yeah. RP Tactical. What's going on? Can we get everybody now to smash that like button, subscribe to the buddy? That's right, man. I appreciate you. Tactical Skill there. I have my 2 children in my house, but they understand the damage they do. Yeah, man. Hey, Jay Skilly, man, I appreciate you on that little tip on getting that heat gun and do that little holster job. Do something different. Deep breaths because you will have a little adrenaline rush. Oh, yeah. And that's another thing. Oh, yeah. Hey, do something different. I'm gonna really thank you for bringing that part up because the one thing that Preston talked about in an eating situation and reason why pistols are very dangerous in a everyday care situation when you have to defend yourself. And I said dangerous. I'm going to keep it that way because that's what he said. Because once your heart rate rises, your adrenaline starts flowing. Guess what goes away? All your accuracy. All your accuracy. Because when you go to the gun range, it's a perfect environment. It's a perfect environment. The climate is, you got air conditioning, paper target, lights, everything's perfect. But when a goon really running up on you with a big ass machete or a gun or a hammer or a bat or whatever it may be, or big ass sword, whatever it may be, whatever deadly weapon it may be, the first thing happens is like boom, 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 boom. You start, and if you ain't never been an athlete or been in a high pressure game situation, or you ain't never did a job like where scaffolding, where you got to really get your mind right. Like, man, if I fall off this motherfucker, I could die. If you ain't never really put yourself in a position where you could die, and most people haven't, because there's a lot of people who do jobs that are dangerous, that work in energy plants and gas companies and fuel jet engines and stuff. So they kind of put their life in danger every single day. Don't get it twisted. There's people who do jobs that are dangerous. But for the most people, they don't do shit dangerous all day long. The closest they get to danger is getting a lip cup, getting their lip cut on a motherfucking Starbucks straw from getting their coffee in the morning. That's about as close as they get. Or getting burnt by hot coffee on their tongue. Like, I burnt my tongue today. Can you believe that shit? That's close to people get to danger in America. But a lot of motherfuckers who do dangerous jobs and shit, they know what I'm talking about. Once that chest start pumping and the adrenaline, see, a lot of street cats, they don't really get nervous because they spend so much time in the street doing dirt. That's why they have the upper hand on you when you lay in your bed at 4 a.m. Because y'all motherfuckers are just over there just passed out. Y'all don't eat hella smash burgers and drink hella orange crush sodas and just lay back, slob it all down the neck and shit. Probably had sex with your partner, whatever, and just and then all of a sudden the goon come in, boom, like what's that? Well, the goon ain't saying what's that. The goon already know what's up. You don't know what's up, and now you got to figure out what's up, and then you got to figure out how to react. So yeah, do something different. You right. Once that adrenaline kick in, hey, it's game on, and the goons, they do have the upper hand because they are actually working off script. They don't actually have a plan. You have a plan. You like, oh, I'm gonna go eat dinner at the restaurant, and I'm gonna come back home. You know, dance a little bit in the living room. Have sex and stuff. Like, what I'm saying, drink a little wine, eat a little steak dinner, all that little stuff. But the goon, that motherfucker, he probably been riding around all night long looking to lick somebody. You got the skinny jean mafia running around. Them motherfuckers is high as fuck. They smoking weed, doing Xannies, and drinking all kind of drink, all kind of shit, all kind of stuff. And then they decide, like, off the whim, just like, hey man, let's go rob these motherfuckers. Like, where we gonna rob, man? Let's go to this neighborhood. They don't even know. So the skinny jean mafia is really dangerous. But then you got the goons who just like strategically just like, all right, man, I had enough for the night, man. It's time to go get my money, go get a few licks. Get a few licks. What you about to do? Hey, pistol starter, where you going, man? Oh, I gotta go do this real quick. Man, that man about to go do a home invasion. And it's like 3:45 in the morning. And you over here slobbing down the neck and shit. Nigga, a big ass bag of cheese puffs over there all spilled. And all of a sudden, boom! Now what you gonna do? Oh, you gonna run around scrambling, trying to cock a shotgun and rack a pistol and grab a machete, all that shit. That's why you gotta have a plan already, man. You ain't gonna have time for all that shit, bro. Because your chest gonna start pumping and that's why I just keep everything just racked and loaded. So that way I hear boom, just grab and just start pointing. And that's it. So, and make sure you have lights on your shit too. I carry a few flashlights, put the burger down. For real though. Yep. Time to get a few kicks. Clocking in at 9 and 5. Right. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Hey, it's wild, bro. You got to be ready at all times, man. You first of all got to have a plan. Is what I'm saying. You can't be out there just thinking that it cannot happen. That's the first problem right there. And he talks about that. He said, like, even when y'all came in here, he said, I'm sized every last one of y'all up. I was like, damn, because I didn't recognize he was looking at me. He was like, I already knew who he was, but I was just like, this motherfucker, why are you staring at me? But he's still sizing people up. So if you ain't sizing nobody up when you walk to a facility or a place, you ain't doing your due diligence, man. Man, it's still game 3-2 the Chargers, man. I got to go to California in next month, man. So I'm gonna be in Cali, but I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm about to go. I'm about to do some serious homework. Anybody want to help me out? Anybody want to get in on this? We about to redo our EDC ammo carry, man. We need to all get ballistic gel testing done on everything we carrying, because I think we be paying attention to what everybody say what they ammo do, but you don't know if that's your batch of ammo, and you don't know if that's ammo that they actually carrying. They might have a sponsor where they giving them that shit, and they just saying that the shit do this, do that. And I'm about to go get me. Them little gel body things. I googled some earlier. The little gel things. Them motherfuckers expensive. Blood. The block is like 200, and the little body one, man, that motherfucker was hella expensive, bro. So if anybody want to go in on it, you know what I'm saying? Let me shoot it up first, and I'll send it to you. No, I'm fucking with you, though. But I'm gonna try to get Noah Gospel to go have someone with me, man, because I need to see what this ammo doing, bro. Now that he broke it down like that, because he's saying that most encounters for a goon trying to take your life, he's saying it's gonna be inside of 5 feet, like 4 feet. That means the motherfucker gonna be right in front of your face. So it's gonna be a sneak attack. Like you standing at a store or whatever, and he just turn around and try to get you. So I'm like, what? I'm like, I thought it was gonna be a little distance or something. He was like, hell no, that shit gonna be up close and personal. He said, if someone gonna take your life, it's gonna be a walk down. I was like, what the fuck? A motherfucking walk down. I'm like, man, that's right there. So, and then you gotta worry about where the bullet gonna go. God damn, man. What you want me to do? Man, I don't like this too much, bro. So I might just cool out on going out, man. I might just stay in the crib a little bit more, man. It is the holiday season, and then only thing good about down here is that everybody got their snap. I don't know about where y'all at. All that little welfare snap shit y'all was talking about. They got Louisiana Landry. He basically paid it, and he said he gonna file the back order. He gonna charge them when the lockdown is over. So everybody got their snap, because I went in Walmart today, bought some shit. I ain't gonna front, man. I asked the checker. I said, hey man, look, man, y'all, hey, everybody got their snap and stuff. And she said, oh yeah, baby, don't worry about it. They got their snap. You ain't gotta worry. Because I was like, I ain't trying to get jacked in the park. Like, I'm like, these motherfuckers get their snap. And they said state of Louisiana paid all they snap. Like everybody, whatever they was getting, they got everything they was getting. Now I heard California, what they did was they gave some people not as much. But if you was working, if you had a job, they didn't give you as much, which is crazy, because there's people that's homeless in California. They got a car, a job, and pay auto insurance. But yeah, everybody in Louisiana got their snap. So I was like, cool. So when I saw that, I was like, I walked outside kind of like, a little bit more confident. Like, because when I came in, the whole parlor was packed. I'm like, is all these motherfuckers up here shopping over here about to start jacking motherfuckers? Because there's a lot of people out in the parking lot and just standing around by cars. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. Did y'all get y'all snap? I looked at my watch. I said, ooh, it's November 8th, 9th. Yeah, I need to find out about this first. I walked over there to him. I said, man, y'all, they get they snap? He said, yeah, man, they got they snap. I was like, cool, so we good. Because then when he said that, it was kind of ironic. Everybody did look kind of happy when I looked around. I was like, okay, ain't nobody looking really disgruntled. But it was a whole bunch of people shopping, though. I was like, God damn. Boy, I'm glad Louisiana gave that snap up, because we don't need nobody in Louisiana not having no food stamps. Because, man, I'm telling you, this is a poor state, man. A lot of people work hard for food down here. A lot of motherfuckers eat everything down here. Like I said, if it's an animal, either it's eating you or you gonna eat it. Somebody eating something. Alligators, everything's on the table. Anything can be ate in Louisiana. So if they wasn't gonna get their snap, I knew that Louisiana was gonna be rough. I was like, fuck that. Let me find out before I start spending my money, because I ain't trying to get jacked. So I'm cool. I was just, man, I'm cool. Damn, bro, you funny, but he said funny but not funny. Oh, okay. Y'all mother gonna be laughing y'all ass off. Okay. Oh, so this little line going good. Okay, all right. But man, I'm being honest with y'all though. It's not really, it's funny, but we gotta pay attention to what's around you, bro, because it's crazy, man. Oh, let me tell you what. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't even done with this one, man. Let me tell you what happened. So I was at where was I at? Man, where was I at? I was by Academy. But oh no, it was y'all ever heard of a store called Home Goods? They sell like kitchen stuff and home goods. But anyway, man, I saw a little incident over there when I was pulling out the parking lot coming from the Michaels, and 'cause I had to get some craft stuff or whatever. Oh, I was getting some Gorilla Glue. But man, I had to glue up some shit, man. I don't want to get into it, but I had to glue some Gorilla Glue. But man, I saw a motherfucking man basically knock a motherfucker out, a dude on his bike, cold cocked him, bow, took his bike, whoop, and just rolled off like it was nothing. And I just saw 3 people walk right past like it wasn't nothing. So I say that to say this, that yeah, ain't nobody coming to save you, man. And somebody said earlier, like, be a witness. Shit, we got some Home Goods. Oh yeah, out there, yeah, Home Goods, yeah, it's a good store. That's why you got to pay attention. This shit is crazy, yeah. Everybody walking around paranoid. Like, yeah, I mean, you still got to live your life. I ain't saying to be paranoid. I'm just saying, man, you better pay attention because you just never know what the fuck might pop off, and you don't know. According to these motherfuckers in this firearm training shit, these motherfuckers fuck my whole head up. They saying that the shit gonna happen inside of 2 feet. So anytime you close to me 2 feet, I'm like clutching. And oh yeah, in Louisiana you could clutch. And what I mean by that, like, so you in your car, let's give an example. He said, you're at a stoplight. Let's just do it. And we're gonna do an example. This is not for me. This is from the training. So you're at the stoplight, mind your business. Okay. Crazy dude comes up to the car, boom. Goon comes up to the window, bam, and boom, 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 boom. He said you could clutch. He said you can clutch. But how you can get in trouble if you pull the gun. Now, how's somebody gonna know? That's the part we was asking, but he didn't get in that part. He didn't answer that. So he said you can clutch. So he got a crowbar. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. Wah, 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 wah. He said you can clutch, but if you pull the gun and say get back, that's violation. Or if you fire a warning shot, that's violation. So you can't brandish your weapon to make someone get back if they didn't present the same deadly weapon. So if they present a knife, you can't pull a gun and say get the fuck out of here. That is a violation in the state of Louisiana. I ain't talking about Texas and Florida and all these other motherfuckers. I'm talking about Louisiana. That get your ass locked up. So you can't just say, man, if he got a hammer, I'm about to kill you. You can't just you got to meet the same force. So meaning that if you was behind glass or a door, you were concealed. You have to stay concealed, call the police, whatever, or drive off and try to get up out of there. But if he brandishes a firearm and you're behind concealment, remember, concealment meaning that a bullet can travel through it. Cover means that a bullet cannot travel through it. So if you ain't under cover and he pulls a weapon out on you, you can light his ass up. But if he pull a big ass machete, Indiana Jones sword out, try to come at you, and you light him up, you go into jail. But you also can't brandish it, but you can clutch. So clutching is legal in the state of Louisiana. Pulling it out and pointing at someone to back someone off is illegal. I'm like, this is just goddamn too much. And the goons don't follow none of these directives. They don't follow none of these rules. They don't go by none of these ordinances. They don't even follow none of the codes or nothing. They just do whatever they want. But we got to go step by step by step. I'm like, man, the whole time I was sitting there, I'm feeling very disgusted. And I really didn't feel that really comfortable about it after a while. I was like, man, this is kind of like not cool. And then I'm actually paying too. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So the firearm course was $100. And then I got to pay $125 for the actual license. So that's $225 just to find out that the goon has more rights than I do. Make that fucking shit make sense. Man, this shit is fucked up, man. But I still love it. I still love my guns. I still love America. I still love the 2A community. And I still love the fact that I can carry and defend myself. But again, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the goons are going to try this shit in the public sector. That's why I'm trying to let y'all know what I'm getting at. The goons are not going to try this shit really in a dark road, a swamp area where you fishing in a fishing hole. Man, ain't no goon going to run up to you and try to rob you out there because they know that you had a clear path of fire. They know like ain't nobody behind you. They know the rules better than the actual gun owners know. These motherfuckers know that if you miss and you hit somebody else, you going to jail. the bullet can go through the goon and he can live and go to jail for attempted robbery, and then it could be out in 8, and he could be out in 8 years, and your ass gonna do 25 because you hit a lady behind him. So you gotta understand, man. Don't let these goons get you caught up. And the skinny G mafia, good luck shooting one of their little skinny asses. Boy, if they turn sideways on you like this, woo, and you miss, you guaranteed to hit somebody behind one of them motherfuckers. So if you ever encounter a skinny G mafia guy, man, I'd say just go ahead, just bite the bullet and go for a headshot, because if you try to go torso, man, you might miss. It might bounce off one of those big ass chains and deflect and hit somebody over there at the motherfucking Starbucks, and then you going to jail. So no, I suggest with the skinny G mafia, just go for a headshot. But for them, the best ones are shotguns, because you could just take the whole thing out at one wop wop, just whoop wop, just the whole everything gone. But man, like I said, the big dudes don't really run out there jacking everybody like that. So that's why you got to be careful with your shot placement, and you're gonna definitely have to be careful of the ammo over traveling, because that's what it sounds like. The word of the day is over travel, over penetrating, over traveling, going through the target. Do you have a clear path of travel for your shot? Do you have this and all this little shit, man? I'm like, man, I was sitting back there like, man, I want to hear all this shit, and all these dirty ass cops out here just shooting motherfuckers for no reason and all this stuff, and we gotta go through all this just to steer clear of these fucking prosecutors that don't like losing. Shit, fuck the NFL. These motherfucking prosecutors, these motherfuckers, shit, they could never be in the NFL because they don't want no losses. They don't want no losses. Well, we was 14-2 this year. That's not good for a prosecutor. You just lost your job because they don't take no L's. And I'm tired of this Jalen Ramsey, man. Get him up out of here, bro. I'm tired of Jalen Ramsey, man. He can still hit, but he can't cover no more. That weak motherfucker up out of here, man. Anyway, man, what's going on right here? Who we got, man? Skinny G Mob. Oh, yeah. Can't point it. Yep. Concealed carry. Man, fuck concealed carry. Man, look. Let me tell you right now. Concealed carry insurance is a joke. It's a complete joke. The CCA, all that USA, all that USSCC, I don't know all them acronyms, them letters, man. That shit is whack, bro. Let me tell you right now. Preston said that shit's a joke. So this is all you really need. If you really want to be 100, you need an attorney. Now, preferably, you want a criminal defense attorney. And the reason why you want a criminal defense attorney, because what happens is when you go in for a quote unquote, if they're going to prosecute you in an unjustifiable shooting, they're looking at you as a criminal. So you don't need no divorce lawyer. You don't need no motherfucking lawyer that's over here trying to make sure who gets the cat and the dog and who gets the summer house at the lake. No, you need somebody that been dealing with some motherfuckers that been shooting people. So you need to have a criminal. They're very expensive, first of all, but that's what you need. Fuck all that insurance. What is insurance gonna do for you? Because the person you shot about to sue the shit out your ass, first of all, and then the prosecutor's about to try to throw your ass in jail for 25 years, and the fucking dirty ass DA who picked the case up, he definitely gonna make sure you win, and he's hooked up with the fucking judge. So you done. You toast. But if you get a nice criminal defense attorney that know these dirty motherfucking prosecutors and DAs, they might knock that shit down to what do you call it? What's they call that shit? I can't think what a homicide is, but basically you can get 3 years probation, and then you don't do nothing wrong, and you keep your gun rights and all that shit. You can knock it down to like that. It's just 3 years probation on that. But man, you got to have a criminal defense attorney. You don't need no insurance. That ain't what the insurance gonna do. Insure what? Insure that your ass go to jail for sure, and you still got to pay the insurance fees? That ain't gonna do shit for you. Hell no. I know you're talking about that USSC. That shit ain't gonna do nothing for you. Ain't gonna help you out. No way at all. That's a joke, and that's a joke. You need a criminal defense attorney. Man, we saw OJ drive down a fucking freeway, and everybody knew he had something to do with it. If you don't, you a fucking idiot. But my point is, we seen bad guys walk around free, and we know these motherfuckers had something to do with a murder. But why they walking around? Because they got some of the top motherfucking criminal defense attorneys on their team. That costs money. So if you can retain you a decent criminal defense attorney before you need it, that might be the way to go. That might be the way to go. Like find a decent criminal defense attorney in your area that kind of beat a couple cases. Like go dig up through their archive and say, oh yeah, man, there was a shooting over here like 2017 where a kid had to pull his gun and had to shoot a dude at a White Castle, and he hired him, and man, he beat it, man. He beat it. I got the criminal defense attorney that Chief Keef had when he shot those two cops in Chicago. Yeah, man, I got him. That's who you need. That's who you gonna need, because they gonna buck down. They gonna back down. They ain't gonna fuck with you because they already know that this dude know his shit. He knows the 2A community. He knows the gun rights. He knows the state law rights, and that's who you need. You need people who are involved with defending people who have actually fired guns and killed people. You don't need somebody that is dealing with like who get the cat, the dog, and the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, the silverware from the wedding, man. Fuck, that motherfuckers don't know shit. Yeah, you don't know, man. You don't know motherfucking divorce attorneys, insurance companies. They don't know shit about no kind of shootings. Yeah, I think I'm soft targets. Don't be a booty cheeking. Gonna get my ass off. Yeah, Johnny Cochran. Hell yeah. You my guy, but was found innocent in the court of law. Yeah. I mean, hey, look, I ain't trying to get into OJ. Hey, man, look, I'll just bring that up. Just my point is that OJ wasn't fucking around when he built this little dream team lawyer crew. I mean, he had some of the best motherfuckers on the planet, but what they all were good at was motherfuckers being involved in some dirty, hellacious, criminal acts. These guys that he had, Shapiro and Cochran and all these. Man, remember, Johnny Cochran won 2 cases against Disney. I don't know if y'all remember how he built this whole fucking law firm. Was that he won a case against Disney World where a little girl fell out of one of the rides and sued the shit out of them for like about $3 billion, and that's how he got most of his cheese. But the word in the street was they never forgave him, and they blacklisted that motherfucker like, we gonna get you back. So supposedly Disney had Johnny Cochran killed. Now you ain't heard that from me, but I just some shit I heard that back in the day. But my point is, but a lot of those cats that was on OJ's panel, a lot of them ain't breathing air no more. You know what I'm saying? Kardashian ain't alive no more. Cochran ain't alive no more. You know what I'm saying? Shapiro's still alive. Who else is on that motherfucker? That was the dream team. And all the motherfuckers was good at getting rich motherfuckers off. Woo, they were good at it. Real good at it. So there you go. Refresh your can, man. Oh yeah, I need one. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Detective. Yeah, man. But the Disney Mafia. Hell yeah, Disney been doing dirty shit for years, man, for sure. But man, I want to touch on. So you gotta drop a major bag to get it. Oh yeah, you gonna have to drop a major bag. Because what I'm saying is that, man, if there's a civil case against you, the state gonna pick it up for them. So they gonna back them up if it's an unjustifiable shoot, because the state gonna spend all the money on the forensics. They gonna do all the forensics, come out there with the little lasers and point the bullets and all that kind of stuff, and they gonna find out where everything landed, where everything dropped, and do DNA and all this kind of stuff, and then they gonna fuck with you. We ain't even got into like if whatever you got on you when the shooting goes down and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of factors into it, and man, it's just not. They just really. I'm just gonna keep emphasizing it. If you're watching this feed, it's live, and you're a hothead, you're a motherfucker that get real angry real quick, and you don't like people looking at your girl. Let's say your girl is really pretty, she got a nice booty, breasts, all that kind of stuff, and dudes be like, "Woo, what's up, baby? Oh, I'll tap that ass, boy. I'll love to hit that shit." And then you one of those cats that don't like that, and you think you're gonna just pull your gun out and just react. You're going to jail. So it's not really that easy. So if you want to floss in 2026, moving forward 2025, and you want to be the big guy on the block, and you want to keep doing all what you're doing, understand there's a whole new crime syndicate coming into the country, or as already came into the country. In the last reports I got, Venezuela is one of the largest drug importers to the United States now. They're building a huge empire. They're the new cartels that's coming in. They're really cutthroat. They're into all aspects of criminality. Nothing new. I ain't reporting nothing that ain't been told, so I don't give a shit. I ain't got nothing against people from Venezuela, but I'm just saying what they doing. They got all that coke coming in. They got power. They got guns. They ruthless. They cutthroat. There's like any regime that's been uprising in the history of the world. Every group comes up that's trying to make a name for themselves. They come in cutthroat, ruthless, very, very, very hardcore. And I think America knows that. The feds know it. The Homeland Security know it. All these motherfuckers know it. So what they're trying to do right now, and that's why I think the whole Glock thing was not really necessarily uh, California and personal lawsuits. I think a lot of it was the federal government came to Glock and said, "Hey, look, man, can't y'all just like make a gun that don't let them put a switch on there for us, man? Like, and they gave Glock the heads up on it because the way Glock did it, it wasn't like you heard it in breaking news from the press. You heard it from them, and usually when something like this happens, you hear from a national level first. Like, we're gonna ban this, and then the company comes back with a statement and says, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this because of this, and that, and the other." I don't know if this is really the case. I think the feds is the reason why Glock discontinued all their lines. I really truly believe that, because the reason why I can really stand behind and saying that, because their biggest buyers and their biggest consumers is federal, is Fed. I mean, as many consumers buy Glocks, it's a lot. It's totally a lot. But one of their biggest entities is the military and municipals. So with that being said, I'm quite sure this silly old me, all the municipals that have Glocks that can still be converted to switches, they're not getting rid of them. They're still going to have those Gen 5s, 4s, and 3s in their holsters on duty. There's no way they're going to stop that. So I think the feds came to them and said, "Hey, look, man, these criminals are they just taking y'all guns and just turn them to like machine guns. Like, can y'all just do something?" And they're like, "Man, but whatever the jargon, however it went down. I don't know how that went down, but I truly believe that the federal government and all these people came to them and said, 'Man, look, y'all gonna have to just do something, because we got Gavin over here crying, and we got all this and stuff, and we got all these groups and stuff, and is this not gonna work out? And we got all these invasion of all these criminals coming from South America. They got their hands on all y'all product, and they converting them, and they're using them for heinous things, and they just probably just back down, man. They probably just said, fuck it, man. You know what? Let's just go ahead, get ahead of it. We can come out a whole new line, but it ain't gonna be a whole new line. I think the first line gonna look like the Gen 5s, just the back part won't allow you to put a switch on it, but I believe that's gonna affect the reliability of the pistol. I don't think that next series is gonna be as reliable as they always has been, and that's gonna leave a little crack in the door for other companies to come in and take Glock out the box, as far as like being the most reliable pistol, because now they gonna have to make another change. So every gun that's out right now, in my personal opinion now, that is based off the Gen 3 is going to be banned. So that means the daggers, the Ruger's RXMs, all those guns are going to eventually go away, in my personal opinion. If you got them now, you're good, but I think they're going to stop production on a lot of that stuff, because they're still the Gen 3 platform. So if it's a Gen 3 platform, that means you can put a switch on it. Damn, shit, I ain't got to be no scientist to figure that shit out. So it's just, but the ones that are in circulation, they won't be able to do anything about it. I mean, there's semi-automatic weapons in circulation. So, like, I mean, let's stop acting like Glock is the person that introduced semi-automatic weapons or fully automatic weapons. There's people in the hood right now. They got fully automatic weapons right now. So it's not like Glock did something that nobody already had in their hand anyway. It's just that their pistol got max capacity mags and very accessible, and they're cheap, flat out. Get a Glock $400, $500. But on the street, you probably get one for $100, so $200. So come on, man. Like, it was a no-brainer for Glock to go ahead and just say, I'm gonna go ahead and just discontinue all that shit, and we'll just, because they already got a shit ton of them already in circulation. And then even if they stop making them in November 30th or whatever it was, think about how many guns they got to sell out until they're done. Like, they have so many guns already made that they still can sell. So they're not gonna go nowhere anytime soon. It's just the new ones won't be able to put a switch on it, but it could affect the reliability. So we're going to keep an eye on that part. I'm not really in a hurry to get in because I got what I need. Let's see what we got here. What everyone is afraid of is that they will give them an inch and Yeah, that's how they work it. They if you take one for 200 cheeseburger, I'll take one for 200. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course if you get them an instant take them out, but I don't, like I said, I don't think this came from ATF or a whole bunch of senators and politicians. I think it came yeah, I think it came from DC is what I'm saying, because I think that we're about to go on a huge international crime uh like kind of like phase of America right now. We're going to see a lot of murders and a lot of really criminal acts are going to escalate right now in this country because there's a lot of new immigrants that are coming in under drug culture and criminal culture. Like many groups came through here. I'm not going to just put it all on the South Americans and stuff because came here before and did this in the 70s and the 80s. But the new wave gonna come in here and they're gonna set up shop, and a lot of them are illegal, and it's gonna be a little, it's gonna get a little sticky. And I think that's gonna be the gun of choice. So they just said like, hey man, look, we don't want to have that on our record moving forward in 2026. So and then it benefits Glock too, because now they can sell new guns to new consumers, and those new old guns that would just be out there, but it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you can actually make someone buy a Glock even before they ban them right now. There's people who don't even like Glocks. Let's just call it what it is. Somebody, I'll never buy a Glock. So it's not like it's going to change the life of the gun community. And it's not like, man, I sure wish I could have bought a Glock. Damn, man. I always wanted that Glock 19. And now all of a sudden I can't. Get the fuck out of here. If you wanted a Glock 19, you would have had one by now. That's how I look at that. Bottom line, Glock is not a gun that somebody can just sell to you. You have to want a Glock. Even if people knew that you can put a switch on it, most average law-abiding gun owners, they don't want to put a switch on a fucking Glock. So this is all about criminal behavior, man. So let's keep it real. Gaston got bread off the hood. Oh yeah, not only the hood, he got most of it from militaries, from countries, militaries, and law enforcement. I'm telling you, man, y'all only think it's all civilian market, man. Gaston Glock built this whole company off the Austrian military. He didn't even build this gun for civilian market. So I don't know why people keep thinking yeah, rap music had a little impact. Yeah, urban crime had a little, yeah, of course. But y'all don't know the history of this pistol. This pistol was built for military purposes, bro, and law enforcement. They made a bunch of guns for countries. Man, y'all think it's indigenous to America? You are tripping. Man, you know how many nations got Glocks on their holsters, on their side? They cops, they military. Come on, man. The Glock 47 was built for the fucking Border Patrol and the Customs. Come on, man. That wasn't even built for the. They weren't even gonna do that gun. The motherfuckers came to them and said, "Man, we need a gun that we can put 2 slides on it on two different lords, because we ain't about to be buying all these guns from y'all. We gonna go to Smith if y'all don't do this." Come on, man. And even when they did the 19X for the military, they only put 1 gun out, and SIG put 2. And so that's why they won the contract, because they gave them 2 guns for the price of 1. The Glock 19X was the same price that SIG put out for 2 guns for the military contract. Man, y'all got to pay attention, man. Glock wasn't even really meant for like civilian market. That shit was for military and law enforcement. And then they saw like, oh, well, we can sell them to the local, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that's not what they built it, because they would have built it for civilians. They'd have tricked them all out. They made that shit was plain Jane. Glocks are plain Jane. What we got going on here? You ain't lying. Hell no, I ain't lying. Yeah, but the military dropped it, so the markets to the hood. All right, man. The hood done. First of all, most of the cats in the hood, a lot of cats be having illegal guns. Let us know when you get that Ramjet for that 47. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you know when I get that. Yeah, like I said, I'm not denying that Die Hard, the movie, and Fugitive, Sam Gerard. Shout out to Mark and Finn. Yeah, a lot of movies in hip hop definitely had an impact on the civilian market. I'm not doubting that. The problem is that anytime anytime the criminals are involved with the market, that doesn't translate to dollars, because that means somebody's buying a gun through a straw purchase, or they're getting it illegal, or XYZ and all that other stuff. I'm saying that Glock built their company off military contracts and municipal contracts. They didn't build it off actually Academy and Sportsman Warehouse and Bud's Gun Shop. They didn't do that. They were not Palmetto State Armory at no point ever in the history of their company until Lenny McGill came around and did Glock store out of San Diego, California, Ruffner's. So people got Glocks just because of the movies and rap culture and all that little stuff. Sure, of course they put it on TV. Yeah, okay, but that's not how they built their company though. Yeah, he did curtain rods and stuff like that, but we talking about the guns. We all know Gaston did curtain rods, and he already had his hand in polymer and knives and stuff like that. But what we're talking about is the Glock 17 when he launched that sucker in 1982. That had nothing to do with rap music and all that stuff. That shit was based off military contracts and municipals. Yep, I know the San Diego store. I live right by there. I lived in Point Loma. That's where I got most of my Glocks on off Ruffner. Yep. But then I was just pointing that out, man. But I did want to touch upon one more thing here. The holidays is coming up right now, and you're gonna definitely see a spike in home invasions, and I think a lot of it is gonna be due to the fact that the cost of living is exponentially just getting worse and worse for the average American citizen. I mean, I just went to Walmart earlier today, and I just got a couple items now. The items I got were a little pricey in my personal opinion. I got some Axe body spray. What I got, some dog food for my dog, and my dog eat the little expensive little canned little, 30 cans for like $28. So a couple items, but my point is that just average shit is costing a lot of money. So I wouldn't be shocked if a motherfucker do a home invasion and steal your toothpaste. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw the toothpaste out. Man, the toothpaste is expensive, bro. Man, I don't know why mouthwash, all kind of little crazy weird shit costing hella money, bro. It's getting way too expensive right now, man. Way too expensive for this average little shit. I'd use the Reynolds wrap aluminum foil, just a 75 feet one, and that motherfucker like $7 or some shit, man. Like, just some little weird ass shit that it's costing a lot of money, man. So, man, this cat's gonna be start doing a home invasion, gonna start stealing some average ass shit, stealing disinfectant wipes, and you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, man, I thought I bought a brand new thing. Man, the goon stole it. Like motherfucker gonna be stealing charcoal and shit, just to eat. Selling your propane, you got to lock your propane tanks up. Like, I thought I had a propane tank. That motherfucker gone. The goon jumped over the fence and stole the propane tank because, man, it's gonna get wild, bro. Like it's you might not even lose your life. You might just lose all your household and all your condiments and shit in your refrigerator, ketchup, mustard, all that shit gone. Motherfuckers don't stole everything and shit going through your freezer. It's gonna be a whole new wave of criminality because now motherfuckers is trying to eat now. At first they were just trying to rob you and make money and get some weed and buy their little habits and drugs and stuff. I don't think nobody want to get high no more. I think motherfuckers just want to eat now because it's getting way too expensive right now. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I ain't really tripping, but I'm just saying, like, there's motherfuckers out here that get high every day, do all kind of wild ass drugs and stuff, right? And you don't think for 1 minute when they run out of whatever they on that they wouldn't hesitate to come into your house. You are out of your mind if you believe that. Man, they will come to your house in a heartbeat. And they know you got all kind of electronics. They know you got probably PS5s and iPads laying all over the place. And I don't want to hear nobody say, well, what they gonna do with it? Man, these motherfuckers can jailbreak anything. Man, I know a cat that jailbreak the motherfucking flip phone. I said, how you jailbreak a flip phone? Old school flip phone, man. Oh, I got a homie that know how to do all that. I mean, who knows how to do this shit? These motherfuckers know how to jailbreak flip phone, flip phone, old school flip phone. Like who knows how to jailbreak an old ass Nokia? What the fuck, man? Like there's no limit to this criminal behavior. Motherfuckers would do anything and make anything work if they can steal and get shit. Y'all just think that, oh well, that phone old. Man, this motherfuckers that get that shit back running in a minute and run a whole scam off of it. a whole scam off of it. Seriously though, seriously, man. I was listening to R. Kelly today, man. Ooh, let me tell you right now, R. Kelly still. I don't care nobody say. I know you're gonna say, "Oh, yeah, pervert." You know, he pissed on a couple girls, all that stuff. Yeah, he did all that. But my point is, the boy is one of the most outstanding songwriters in R&B history. This shit's still slapping, bro. I'm telling you right now, R. Kelly. If y'all young cat, anybody young watching this, man, if you ain't getting no booty, go ahead and go throw on R. Kelly, the Carnival, throw on one of his old albums and shit. I guarantee you get something. You remind me of my Jeep. Oh yeah, yeah, man. That boy R. Kelly was smooth, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. That boy had it. I knew he had it because I grew up listening to R. Kelly. But people they judge people like off their personal life. Man, I don't care if you piss on somebody, man. If you gonna pee on somebody, whatever. That's your thing. I don't like really get joy on pissing on people. Like what I'm saying. So that's just me. But if that is what a R&B superstar artist want to do, want to pee on people, or whatever. I mean, who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? I'm just an old dude that like music, so I ain't gonna really sit there and overjudge you. And that's just the way I get down, man. I ain't really here to overjudge people, man. Like, cause I don't, somebody might judge me. So I just like keep it open, man. Like as long as you ain't really super over harming nobody. I don't know what urine does to the body if you pee on somebody, but I can't imagine it's mostly water. So, and when I saw I saw the videos. I'm just letting you know. I saw the DVDs. He did it. Yeah. So he did it. So, but what I'm saying when I saw it, it didn't look like the person that he was doing it was really traumatized. You know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it right there. But yeah, dope album, man. R. Kelly is a shit, man. And another thing I found out, man, I didn't know this. Angie Stone and D'Angelo, because y'all know D'Angelo passed away, right? I know I just shifted all the way to R&B music, but let me just finish this part. But I didn't know that she passed away a few months back, but I ain't really hear nothing about it. Angie Stone, and then all of a sudden D'Angelo. I can find that kind of suspect, man. What's going on with that? Now I knew they were married, but I knew they had kids, but what I'm saying is that if anybody know D'Angelo and Angie Stone, they wasn't really like Instagram. They didn't hit they when they got married was really big. They wasn't really on this whole internet vibe right now where we at right now. So I know why I didn't hear about them and follow their life. And they wasn't really like Bobby Brown and Whitney. They wasn't all reckless and shit. They were really kind of low key. But I thought that was suspect that I didn't hear about her passing away until I heard about D'Angelo passing away. Like, what the fuck was that about, man? It's a celebrity. Don't we supposed to hear about both of y'all? So I don't know. Anyway, I find that kind of suspect. Man, y'all hitting the like button for your boy, man? We miss Robert. Yeah. We definitely miss Robert. Robert Kelly. Yes, sir. His grandmother said, "That's my Robert." Yeah, man. They were getting the golden shower, huh? Oh yeah, everybody dropped the pee in the cup. Man, I'm just saying, man. I ain't trying to be funny, man. But I am being funny. But my point is that there ain't nothing wrong, with oh hell no. Yep, I hit that like button. Yeah, man, for sure. Dr. T, what you doing, Dr. T? She was murdered when she found out that they were stealing her money. Oh, what? See, I knew something was up because Angie Stone was straight up, man. She was real, man. Man, I knew something was up, man. That's the same thing happened with Gary Coleman. Well, I don't know if Gary Coleman came up short, but they stole all his money too. A lot of motherfuckers be stealing people's money, man. When they be really doing their thing, they be trusting their family members to budget their money, and that's another thing I want to talk about. Man, look, let me sit back to the 2A community. But man, look, we all got these guns, man. Don't be giving your guns to your family members just because they your family members. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that can get you caught up in some shit. If you know your family members are not on the up and up, and you got a bunch of guns, and they like, oh man, let me hold a little piece. Let me hold this. No, don't hold. You can hold this donut, motherfucker. You ain't holding shit. Don't let them hold none of your guns, man, because they will get your ass caught up. Especially if you're a legally owned gun owner. Now, some of y'all in this chat might own some guns illegally, and that's your business. And I ain't mad at you. Do what you gotta do to protect yourself. I ain't here to judge you. But I tell you right now, if your guns is registered and licensed to your name and all that kind of stuff, and you get that gun to the wrong person without the proper paperwork being exchanged, transfer, title, and all that kind of stuff, man, that's just coming back on you, man. And so don't let your family members get you caught up with this shit. And a lot of motherfuckers in jail because their family members got to hold their guns. They let them borrow their guns and do different certain things. And those DAs and those prosecutors, they don't give a fuck, blood. They'll lock your ass up. I don't. Nothing hot. Dr. T, what's up? Word. The company stole her money. Man, that's fucked up. The company stole her money, man. I don't like that, man. Angie Stone was the shit, man. Man, Angie Stone was the shit, man. I don't know. I don't understand how I didn't notice she passed away though. Like I found out that shit. Like I think, man, I ain't trying to trip. I think I found that shit out like when I found out she passed away. Because I found out Bobby Brown. I found out D'Angelo passed away. That was like about 3 weeks ago. But the day I found out damn, I keep saying Bobby. The day I found out D'Angelo passed away is the same day I found out Angie Stone passed away. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Should have found out about her first. Yep, LOL. Yep, bro, you talking real shit is hilarious at the same time. Oh man, you know I'm on one right now because reason why. Because man, that class kind of fucked me up, man. Because I was really like living this high life, like oh, I got all these guns. I'm in, I never bought into the whole Louisiana like, I can open carry, do this, do this. I always stay by law. That's why I got 3 concealed carry permits. I got Utah, California, and Louisiana, and I'm about to get Arizona. But because Arizona's online, you ain't that they cold. I don't know if y'all know about Arizona law, boy. Y'all talking about a red state, but that motherfucker is on fire like a red hot. Remember the old candy red hot? That's Arizona, man. They ain't got no law on nothing. They got flea markets where they sell ammo. They shit is so fucking like unrestricted. It's unbelievable. Because I remember I was there in Arizona in Prescott, Arizona, and it was a while back. My daughter was playing travel ball, and we had our team up there, and we were at a stoplight, and she said, "Dad, look, that guy has an AR-15." Because my daughter knew about guns. She's slinging over his shoulder, and the lady got a revolver on her hip on a motorcycle. I said, and they ain't got no helmets on. I said, because California, if you ride a motorcycle, you gotta have a helmet. And I said, that's welcome to Arizona. No helmet and an AR-15 slung over your shoulder. All that's legal in one state, and that's a fact. Arizona, man, you can do whatever you want out there, bro. That state is so wide open with there ain't no gun restriction out there, and it's on their state books. They will not be infringed upon. And y'all know the Proud Boys was from out there. Yeah, Arizona is beautiful, man. Like if you ever really, to be honest with you, if you want to see some beautiful country, man, go out west. I know everybody in the South, whoever on his feed, and the East Coast, and I mean, blah blah blah. Yeah, the East is cool, the South is cool, but if you want to see some beautiful, beautiful land like mountains and shit that you will probably never see in the rest of your life, go up to Northern California, Utah, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado. Man, it's breathtaking, bro. You really think you was in a movie, like some of the landscapes and some of the drops, the views that you're gonna see, specifically definitely on the Pacific West Coast. Like, man, Highway 1 in California, man, it'll take your breath away. It really will. It's so absolutely gorgeous, and that's one of the things I like about the high country, the mountains and stuff. I don't like the part when I have to, I took my team through the reservations because I wanted them to see it. And I remember I took my team to a couple reservations, Saboba, and a couple other ones. And man, I cried. I stepped off to the side, and I cried for my people, their people, all good people. But the reservations, man, they heartbreaking, man. I was just proud that I had the opportunity to go on one because we got allowed to be on the reservation because they're closed to the general public. But if you can get invited, you can go on one. And I did a couple of them, and man, they ain't that nice, man. No, reservations they really ran down, and it's just vast open land, and they just live. It's not federally regulated, so it's different. If anybody ever been on a reservation, it's different. They actually live like back in the day, like how all the country was, and you can't wrap your head around it because you like it's 2020 something, and this is how it still is here. It's like, yeah, man, This is how we live, man. They ride around on quads and shit and horses, and it's still rural and really like it's different, man. I was in Wyoming out there, Idaho. I was in I did that whole area out there, man. And like I said, the landscape is beautiful, man. It's really eye opening, and a lot of kids from the inner city. I think it'll be good for them to go out there and see that kind of country. But it don't really matter where you at though, because when it comes down to still protecting your life, this shit can happen anywhere, anytime, any place. And the bottom line is that these state laws are so different, and that's why I got to bring up the alert zone, because the national reciprocity should be the same, man. We shouldn't have like a different law from just from this state, from this state. It should be the same, man. It should be the same, but it ain't the same. So until it is the same, y'all better make sure you understand what your state laws is, and you better not understand this. You better know how that fucking bullet travels and how it's going to expand and stick to the target, because that's the key to all of this. And oh, let me tell you one thing also. You got to give a statement and a report and all this kind of stuff. So here's one of the examples that he gave. He said, like, let me just paraphrase and kind of get to the point. So let's say you had to discharge your firearm, boom, and then you got to say what made you do it. So let's say if you was, let me give the two scenarios. One was in the house and one was in the public. Let's do the public first. So you were coming out your car, and you were walking to your car, and you felt somebody behind you, turned around, and you saw in his right hand a black gun. Okay. And then when you saw him pull the gun and point it at you, no, he had his hand on a black gun. He didn't pull it. Let me make it clear. He didn't pull it. He had his hand on a black gun. And so when you saw that, you turned, you were looking at him, and then you pull your gun out and you shot him. Okay. The key part is this: when you write in your statement, you don't want to always say you saw the firearm. What you want to say is the color of the object, which is pretty much the firearm. You want to replace firearm with object, because the reason being, these prosecutors and they're gonna tear that shit apart. So you saw a gun. Is that what you're saying? You saw, Mark? Oh, eyes and ears. You saw a gun? Yeah, I saw a gun. All right, fantastic. Okay, what kind of gun did you see there, sir? And I saw a Glock 19, and it was a semi-automatic, and it was a 4-inch barrel, and you're gonna do all that, right? They're gonna make you say, they're gonna have a juror stand up in a box and have a cell phone, and they're gonna say, "Can you see what kind of phone they got?" And you be like, "No, I can't see that." What do you mean you can't see that? And so they're gonna make you say what the distance was and all this kind of shit, and they're gonna try to do the same thing, play it out in the court to disprove that you saw what you said you saw, even though you did see it, and it was proven that the person did have a gun. But if they can find any kind of criminal negligence on you, they're gonna twist your words. So what he taught us is, like, when you're doing a report and saying you saw something, just say object. Don't say firearm. Don't say pistol. Don't say I saw a Ruger. Don't say I saw that. Say you saw a black object. And I think I got to give credit to the New York Tactical 33. He said he has his Echelon 4.0C, whatever, that one that's like tan with the little crazy colors on it. No, I ain't saying I don't like it, man. I'm just saying, but I know why you did it now. So if, let's say, you got a pink or a white gun, so what happens is you distinguish your EDC pistol from the rest of the general market. That could be a plus, but it could be a hindrance, because in the sense that, like, if a person had a white gun, it'll be easy for you to say that. But most criminals are gonna have a black gun. So the point is that more than likely you don't want to have to. You do not have to say you saw a firearm. You see what I'm saying? As long as you can prove on the scene that he did have a firearm, meaning once you shot his ass, it was a gun laying next to him. That's good enough. But you don't have to say you saw a firearm in the report. You can say you saw a black object that resembled a firearm. So a cell phone can resemble a firearm. You know, a wallet, anything black and squarey and blocky looking can resemble a firearm. So you don't have to use those key words when you're in a self-defense shooting situation where you have to explain yourself. And then you also don't never want to talk to any of those motherfuckers without your attorney being present. So just that's my personal. There's certain questions you have to answer, but a lot of them you don't until you have your attorney present. Like you got to say who you are, where you live, this and that. Do you own this? That? Yeah, but when it gets involved into the actual shooting, just zip your lips and shut up and let your attorney do the talking for you. They're gonna arrest you though, because once you don't talk to them, then they're gonna arrest you or detain you, as they say. You're not under arrest; you're just being detained. So just relax, buddy. You're just being detained. Yeah, why am I being detained? This motherfucker broke up my house or whatever, you know. So that's a whole nother boat. Yep. What's up, Practice Video? For sure. Attorney or retainer is needed. Yep, absolutely. Yep. You can also incriminate yourself. Damn right. It's better not to say anything. It's definitely better not to say anything. But there's certain things you're gonna have to answer anyway. Yeah. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with saying I want to speak to my attorney. I'm just making it clear that you understand there's certain things you're gonna have to answer anyway. You're going to identify yourself, all this kind of stuff. Is that your firearm? Yes, that is. And then, you know, and then once you get past that little detail stuff, then you good. You just zip it all up. But all that little stuff. Where were you tonight? What did you do this evening? No, nope. Now let me get my attorney. I don't need to talk about where I was at this evening. I don't need to talk about I was at work. I had donuts at 4 o'clock. Because what happens is after a shooting, according to the training, your adrenaline's flowing and you just start rambling. And then you start mixing things up. And then you kind of lose like conscious thought of what actually happened. Because you're going through PTSD unless you former military or law enforcement and you've been in shootings before or you're a criminal and you don't shot a bunch of people in your whole life and been in gang warfare or all kind of stuff, then you cool. Your blood levels just you just sitting back going like, man, I ain't got time for this, man. Let me get my attorney, man. But if you ain't never really done it, you're gonna be wanting to talk. So you might want to just shut up at that point and just immediately, you know, don't give consent for your phone. Do I have consent? Sir, do I have consent to look through your phone and just like, you know, see where you're in? Nope, no consent. You know, no consent to search the car, whatever. You don't give any of that up, but let your attorney do all that for you. They're gonna impound the car, but they ain't gonna search it. But it is what it is, man. So I learned a lot of little cool stuff, man, and a lot of it really can save a life and save you your life. But the only thing I did learn though, oh man, they showing that's Venice Beach right there. I'm watching the game right now. Okay, they got the Nuggets and the Kings. Yeah, that's Venice. I just play hoop right there. Oh yeah, I've been there many times. Oh yeah, that's Venice Beach right there. What the fuck they showing Venice Beach for? I thought the NFL was on. But anyway. Oh, okay. Damn, the Chargers up 12-3. Man, come on, Steelers. But yeah, man. So let's see what's going on right here. A lot of people don't know. I have self-defense shooting before. I had it. So a lot of people don't know you shit. A lot of people don't know because you ain't never talked about it, motherfucker. Shit. Come on, Practice Civilian. Share some stories. Do that shit on some of your lives. But yeah, man. I've been on this motherfucker for a minute, man. Shit. Man, but hey, look, let me touch on one more thing real quick though. Man, look. Y'all need to definitely start doing that ballistic gel shit. I used to not really pay, I knew it was important, but all that gel testing stuff, man, shooting through the jail and all that, man, that shit is important. Now I see the importance of that shit. You don't need these fast ass bullets in your EDC, man. God, is there anything I learned from this class, man? That shit is overrated. Man, motherfuckers have these super fast ass bullets and shit traveling all hyper speed all through all this stuff. Man, if that shit hits somebody else in the background, you done, bro. That's how most good people end up in jail in EDC shootings is because the bullet traveled too far and hit somebody else. And that's a damn shame, man, because they would never even fire their gun if the goon was trying to take their life. But the fucking prosecutors don't even look at it that way. They gonna give you 25 on the heavy end. That's fucked up. That's why I say home defense, shotgun, rifle rounds. Because like I said, adrenaline's gonna be flowing, and if you miss, it's sayonara. Definitely. So It's not gonna be easy. What you got? I just bought some 185 9mm ammo. It hits hard. Yeah, it hits hard. You better make sure that shit open up. How many people we got still up in here tonight? How do you tell? How can I tell how many people are watching? I ain't done this in a while, man. But anyway, man, it's been a good live, man. I just want to just touch upon that. Yeah, it's Hollow Point plus P. Okay, because I definitely don't want nothing that's gonna travel too. I don't mind the speed. I just don't want it to over penetrate. That's my whole thing. I want it to stick. I want it to expand and stick. Definitely. Once it hits that T-shirt, I want that shit expanding. That's pretty much it right there. Yeah, that's why I like frangible ammo. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it's expensive, but I ain't about to be shooting every day. Once I test it, I'm good. And then I just carry it. Damn, 61 people still up in this thing? Oh, hell no. That's a lot of motherfuckers up here, man. It's crazy. Dr. T, man. Hey, Dr. T, let me tell you something. How you like that Glock 48? I was curious about that, man. Because I'll tell you right now, that Glock 43X kind of shocked me with that ramjet on there. It really makes a big difference, man. I didn't really think the ramjets, like, first of all, let me make this clear. I'm not sponsored by Radian. I don't got no, they don't send me shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you, if just me personally, that them ramjets, them motherfuckers, they make a difference. I'm just gonna leave it right there. They make a difference. And I can't believe it took me this long to actually get one, because you know they legal in all states. So I'm just like, man, I was tripping off the fact that why it took me so long to get one. But now I see what everybody's talking about now. It makes a difference, especially if you ain't trying to fight the gun the whole time. You're trying to shoot and just be accurate, like faster shots. Like, man, them motherfuckers. And that 43X, that ramjet, I was ping, 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 ping. Y'all saw my target. I was like, ping, 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 ping. Man, Preston was like, man, you good. I was like, all right. Let me go. Let me just push it out and see how far I can shoot this little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Radiant Glock need to sponsor you for real. I heard that. I mean, shit, I wouldn't mind that little sponsor too. But shit, I like I said, the only reason why I stick with Glock, man, because I already built like a whole, what I heard another YouTuber say, like a whole ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? I got all these mags, and so you gotta think about it. If I got all these Glock pistols, so that means I took all the sights off of them, and I got backup sights, guide rods, all kind of stuff, backup parts. I got all these backup parts that can fit on all these Glocks. So now, well, it will make no sense to buy a whole bunch of other different gun manufacturer companies. So once you get 4 or 5 Glocks deep, you done. You might as well just stay with Glock. Just got that Echelon, and it's fired. Oh yeah, Van Nuys. Okay, you from Van Nuys? Oh yeah, man. Oh man, I know where you at. Yeah, I've been to Van Nuys a couple of times. I only been down there just for a little bit. Ain't nothing really down there for me though. But yeah, that Echelon is killing. I heard for sure. I'm telling you that your well-dressed tactical can go Glock for Glock. Shit, no man, you crazy man. I can't go head up with well-dressed tactical. That motherfucker got a whole. That motherfucker from Jamaica. You know, Jamaica's got hella guns. I know that. And shout out to Jamaica, because that hurricane went through there. Hurricane Melissa. I hope everybody, man, rest in peace. Everybody lost all their stuff and stuff. But fuck no, well-dressed tactical. That motherfucker collection is insane. He got about 3 Glock 43Xs. How am I gonna put my 1 Glock 43X against? He got 3 of them. Man, that dude collection is insane. Are you kidding me? Have you seen his collection? I mean, you must be messing around, because I guarantee you have not seen well-dressed tacticals Glock collection. He got almost 2 of each gun, damn near. You are tripping, bro. I got a small little collection. I'm just an average guy, man. I ain't got all that. That man collection is insane. He got collections for categories: 308s, SBRs, 45 calibers, 9mm. Man, I got a couple little things. This motherfucker got you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the love, though, Practical Civilian, but no, that brother is on another level, man. Hell no, man. Well dressed. The motherfucking name alone is off the charts. Well dressed, and he well dressed. Some of his suits, man, stop. I ain't gonna get into it. Man, that man got everything clean. Man, he got everything. Man, he got gun cases cost more than all my Glocks compared. He got two of these little Pelican roll cases for carrying rifles. One of them alone is like $700. And he got a couple of them. So he got cases to carry guns that cost more than all my Glocks. You know what I'm saying? Well dressed is on another level, man. He really is. I love that brother, man. No, well dressed is definitely, man. I got a couple little things, but y'all trip off like with the fact that a lot of y'all miss a lot of my videos. I know y'all have, because all I did was just basically upgrade my Glocks. I didn't really buy any really new Glocks. If anybody really follows my channel, all I really did was took all my Glock Gen 3s, traded them in, and bought Gen 5s for them. That's pretty much it. I only bought like 2 extra Glocks. I think the Glock 27, the Glock 43X. Okay, maybe more than 2, but the Glock 47. I think 3. But the rest are just upgrades. Oh, and the Glock 35. Okay, 4. Okay, so the Glock 44. So 5. I already bought 5 Glocks. Okay, but my point is 4 of them are upgrades. Shit, fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I just went and bought a whole bunch of weird ass Glocks. Man, I bought the same thing twice. So, or just upgraded. You know what I'm saying? They still don't show. Oh yeah, YouTube be blocking me, man. I don't own a Glock, but recommend them, and they don't complain. You know, Twisted Art here. Yeah, California crazy. I had tried to Overwatch trigger at the range on another person's gun, and you're right, it's smooth. This is oh hell yeah. I didn't put the whole Overwatch trigger in my gun. I just put the trigger shoe. My trigger is still the Glock OEM trigger. Yeah, I didn't put the whole. Let me get a beer real quick. Yeah, I didn't put the whole thing up in there. Hell no, I ain't changing out my whole Glock trigger. That ain't happening. That ain't happening at all. No sir. Damn. Yeah, let me get another beer real quick. Yeah, that's my last one. But yeah, man, I like the Glock triggers, especially the Gen 5s. The Gen 5 triggers are real clean on the Glocks. Yes, sir. But Dr. T, I was gonna say, man, if you still here, I remember you sent me that little bullet bottle opener. I got a video for you, man. I drink I drink canned beer at home, but when I go on the road, I drink bottled beer a little bit sometimes, you know, hotels and stuff. But I did a little short for you on a video. I lost the motherfucker because I upgraded my phone, but I'm gonna do another one. But I like that bullet, that what was that? That 50 cal bullet bottle opener. Bro, that's why I'm showing. That's why it's snowing. Oh yeah, it's snowing. It's snowing. I saw the Chicago Bear game day. It was snowing, and I saw New York. It was raining, and it's about to be like 30 degrees out here in Louisiana tomorrow. Some shit. So it's going down. But man, let me tell y'all right quick though. I'm gonna say this again, man. Look, we might have to start looking at less than lethal on EDC carry, meaning that you need to probably have a good little knife. So I gotta really go reevaluate my knife game, because I got the Kershaw. It's small, and I'm thinking like, man, if this man talking about it's gonna be 2 to 4 feet, if I can see it coming, like, whoa, I can, yeah, or whatever. I might have to get busy with the knife game, man. I might have to do a little knife course, because I mean, I'm still gonna have the thing, but if they don't got the thing, but they still trying to come get you, you might have to like, that's why people say you still got to know how to fight, take down somebody, knock a knife out somebody's hand. I need to take a little self-defense course, like hand to hand. Not saying that I'm trying to do no hand-to-hand combat, because I ain't trying to do all that. I'd rather just go ahead and do this. But that public sector shooting has got me a little bit nervous, because man, they sound like these little courts that they don't want you to win, man. And if anybody can say different, then let me know. They don't. It seems like they don't want you to win, like in the court when you defending your life, man. I don't like that part. Did you see my comment? I love my Glock 48. The grip doesn't conceal as well as the 26. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah. Here in New York, your blade can't be longer than 4 inches. Damn, that ain't that long, huh? Damn, 4 inches. God damn. Well, I mean that still can get somebody off of you, but yeah, I would. I mean, I guess maybe 5 1/4 inch would probably be a little bit better. But I guess four ain't really that bad. But I mean, you need to have something on you though. I just want to get a little bigger knife because I got a little my little flipper. I just like it because it's kind of utilitarian. Like I can open boxes, cut things open, carve a little apple or something like. But now I got to start thinking like, what if I got to use this? And so that's why I think now may have to start looking at a better little knife, man. So got to do the ammo all over again. Got to do the EDC ammo again. Can't go by nobody's opinion. I'm gonna have to get my own gel dummy. And these gel dummies, practical civilian, you got to hook up on gel dummies. What do you say? My ex said 4 inches is a lot. Damn, knives are definitely important. Yeah, she lied. Dr. T said she lied. Y'all crazy, man. But no, man, I'm not trying to mess around, go to jail, no bad shooting, man. I'll tell y'all that right now. That would be your worst nightmare right there, really, bro. Like you was trying to defend your life, and this motherfucker trying to take your life, and you missed or something like that. Man, that'd be bad, man. So I think, yeah, man. I guess now looking back at it, the smaller guns are probably. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're looking at. But if you got a small, little, nice compact, a little thumper like a Glock 27 or 26 or something like that, or a 43X or whatever. I'm just naming Glocks because that's all I got. I don't got a Glock 26, but I got something similar. But those are the ones like you got to be able to just get them out and like wah 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 and go to work. I think those are the ones really because you ain't gonna really miss. But I think the bigger calibers might be the way to go, like a 45 ACP or a 40 cal. I don't know about the carrying a 9 no more a little bit. After I did this whole ramjet thing, I'm like, that ramjet might make that motherfucker shoot all the way down the street and my ass gonna be locked up. I ain't trying to do I don't know about that 43X now. After this class, I might have to go back to the Glock 27 because man, it's slower and it's fatter bullet and it's I don't know. I gotta do a lot of testing. I'm confused. I'm really highly confused what to carry now. Because after all hearing all this shit, it's a higher 80% chance that it's gonna be 4 feet in. Man, that's scary. 4 feet in. Man, I gotta make sure I get this motherfucker down on one shot. All this little arcade games and like boom 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 boom. Man, they saying this. He's saying that's not how I go down. It don't go down like that. It's 1 or 2 shots, and if you miss, you probably shot somebody. I went what? Because they gonna find a bullet. Y'all gotta remember, they're gonna find the fucking bullet when you shoot the fucking gun, because you're law abiding. You're gonna stay there for the authorities. Hey, how you doing, Officer Bob? Yeah, I was right here. Guy tried to rob me, and I shot him, and hey, where the bullet go? And then they go, what angle were you standing, sir? I was standing right here, and I was exactly like this. Oh, so you were exactly like that? Yeah, I was exactly like this, and they're gonna exactly put you like this. And then if you were exactly right how you said you were standing, they're gonna exactly trace that bullet with some 3D shit, and then they're gonna find it and they're gonna keep walking it down. They're gonna walk it down however long it go until they find an entry point to a tree, a bush, a car, or whatever it may be. And if somebody's hurt on the other end of that bullet, your ass is gonna be held accountable for that. So it's a lot to think about. Unless you're gonna just shoot and then run. I ain't trying to do that. I'm gonna stand on mine. So man, we got to find out how far these bullets travel, man. That's what we got to find out. It just feels good. What feels good? Every bullet have a lawyer behind it. Everybody, yeah. Warriors Post Society have a great push dagger. Hell yeah. Pop one off. Shit. But yeah, I mean, let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all think it's really that easy to carry a gun and defend yourself? I thought it was easy, but I don't think it's that easy. I think it's much easier in home defense. That's the area that I kind of built my channel on, was home defense. I think it's much easier to defend your life in your home, especially in Louisiana, because we don't have to retreat in our home. And if you come through our door, you ain't got to have a deadly weapon. We get to light your ass up without one. We just can't shoot you in your back. So that's the whole thing, and that's why I want to square you up and see you, and flash that big ass light, like whoa, bow, nigga, put that buck up in your ass. And so that's why home defense, I think, is way more easier to defend yourself. In most states, that's the easiest way to defend yourself. In the public, ooh, it's rough. Ooh, man, it ain't that easy, man. It ain't that easy. I carry my Glock 26. I love that gun. Man, Glock 26, the baby Glock, that's one of the legendary concealed carry pistols. You better love that motherfucking shit. Where Sleep So Be So Fly, where Sleep said, that motherfucker live by that gun. Glock 26, hell yeah, for the win. Glock 26 for the win. Just picked up a Hellcat Pro. Is it a good carry? Good to carry? Fuck yeah, Hellcat Pro is a good carry. What that thing hold? 15 plus 1? Shit, Hellcat Pro. That motherfucker, I ain't heard nothing bad about a Hellcat Pro. Hell no. Shotgun is Jamaican buck. Yeah. That's bogging is easier because everything is right there. Yeah. Yep. Lot 26 with the 15 round. Hell yeah. I mean, like I said, the round count is really overrated for EDC. And I've already said that because I was in California. The round count is really overrated in this aspect for EDC. Man, this is FBI facts. They say you don't shoot more than 2 or 3 shots. So the whole 15 round, 19 round mag, 22 round mag, 5 plus 15 round with the 5 plus extension, that's fantastic. I ain't mad at you. More rounds is better. But the actual reality of this shit, you just carrying around weight because they saying that you ain't even gonna get but 2 or 3 of them all because you got to know where they gonna go. We're talking about EDC. We're not talking about home defense. If you at home defense, I got my Glock 27 laying on the nightstand. I want the Clyde Drexler stick in it, the 22 rounder. Yes, I want that in there. Same with the 26. I want the Larry Bird or the Patrick Ewing inside of it, the 33. I want it laying right there. But if I'm walking down the street and I'm in a public sector, man, you best believe a 10-round mag is more than efficient. If you got a 10-round backup mag, you good. You're never gonna get through. You're never gonna do a speed reload in an EDC situation. That's only in the movies, bro. That's some movie shit. There's no speed reloads at the Walmart parking lot. just making that clear. There's no speed reloads in a Walmart parking lot. There's no speed reloads in a Starbucks drive-thru. There's no speed reloads, over at your favorite Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? These are places where you could be assaulted or being robbed by a goon, and I can promise you that you're not going to do a speed reload. You're not doing all that. It's like you're going to pull out, wop, and then you're going to sit there, wait for the police, and prove where every bullet went. And then you're going to really trip off like the fact, like, damn, how many shots did I really get off? You're going to know because you're going to look at your mag. And if you shot 4 or 5 times, boy, if you was in public, boy, you better make sure you know where all 4 or 5 of them bullets went because them boys, they going to want to know. They going to want to know. So I almost think less is better because at least you can account for 10 rounds. You got a 19-round wagon, and adrenaline flowing, and a goon come at you. You like, yeah. You might let off 6 rounds, and you don't know where the motherfuckers went. You gonna be in big trouble when them boys show up, and they gonna send all the little corny ass forensic people down there with big ass glasses and all the cameras and shit, and man, they gonna walk all that shit out, and they are trained to find all them bullets. And boy, you gonna have to explain all that shit. So y'all might as well get over all that. Like, oh yeah, 10-round mag, man, please. That 10 rounds is plenty. Suffice. We'll get the job done. Boy, laugh my ass off. You are a beautiful trans woman. What the fuck? Hey, can y'all get him up out of here? Get over that little weirdo. Yeah, get him up out of there. There y'all go. These motherfuckers is weirdos, man. This is what happens though. See, that's why you gotta can you read? Motherfucker. It's some weirdos, man. But man, I'm telling you, you definitely don't want to get caught up on like how many rounds. I shoot 9mm for sure. Oh, Cyclops, what's up with it, boy? I see you. Weirdos, yeah, man. Oh, you got him. Oh, you got him, Dr. T. You sniped him, huh? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sniped him down real quick. Yeah. Yeah, I got him. Okay, all right, all right. What up, yo? Yeah, this is why you don't mag dump. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Open your eyes and head. Man, shut the fuck up. Get that motherfucker out of here too. Who was that clown? Yeah. You know what's crazy? Since see now I'm gonna go in on the trolls. They's actually this is what's so sad about trolls. Their life is so miserable that they actually wait whatever they do, get their popcorn, whatever, after they get dropped off by their grandma from Walmart and back into their basement. They run downstairs on their old iPhone 9 and log in on people's lives and say crazy shit, and they're the weirdo. Think about how weird that is. The weirdo is coming into your channel to be weird because they don't have nothing else to do. And you know, being the host of this channel, I don't even think I'm that special. So that just tells you how weird you would have to be to come over here to talk crazy shit. Because I don't even deem myself as no really heavy hitter, heartthrob sensation YouTuber with all this stuff going on. Just a regular guy. So that means you are really, really bored because people that's on here that really, you know, support my channel, they find what I'm saying is a little interesting, but they don't really go out their way to say like, oh man, you crazy, whatever. So it just really show you that they're, man, you have to be really, your life got to be really, really down there in the gutter. I mean, I just hope that you got your snap, you know what I'm saying? Like you got your snap benefits. I hope all that went through you. I hope you got your bus pass for tomorrow when you got to take that bus down to work at the Carrabba's or the Winchell Donut Shop, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you got to take the bus in the morning, get down there and get back. I hope all that's lined up for you, you know what I'm saying? I just hope all that's working out for you, you know, so keep doing what you do. You know, like I said, I ain't really mad at you. I just don't want you in my feed because we don't need people like you. But you know, God bless you though. Like, you know, continue on, and hopefully, you know, you can win that, get that top score on that game tonight when you get back from working that 9-hour shift at Donut Shop. You know, and carry on. You know what I'm saying? Carry on. Damn, this motherfucker got a hell of a motherfucker. He got beat on built other channels. Damn, and they're relentless. They just create other channels and shit. That's crazy. Well, that's fine. You keep you if you're gonna spend that much energy, that shit this must be a booming ass life. Like these motherfuckers creating hella channels. Man, that's crazy though. But yeah, that's just go to show, man. There's a lot of people like that, man. But I can tell you what else is disturbing though, to be honest with you. Damn, 15-3. This game is not doing well. Man, our defense got to step up. Idiot, calm down. Yeah. Stop banning me. Banning you? You banning yourself. That's why they do hate the bot. That shit hell funny. That shit's crazy. I guess he realized that you don't realize that I got hella moderators and people. You're not going, bro. You need to just calm down. Lay off the Red Bull. Put the Red Bull down. Okay. Calm down. Put the Kleenex down. Whatever you're doing, you clearly got issues. You know what I'm saying? You should, if you, I know you got cable, so go to Dr. Phil and pull up some of his little depression videos and stuff and work it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, bump J1, yeah, for sure, bro. Who we got over here? What backpack would you suggest for the ZPAP 92 EDC? Woo! What backpack, boy? That's a good point. Now I would say if I ain't even got one for my ZPAP, so you making me think about something right now. Damn, it's all mental from here on out. Yeah. Jesus Christ, God damn, the weirdos are coming out right now. But yeah, back to that ZPAP back. Man, that's a good one because I need one of them, man. I want one that's gonna have a hard part on the back part, so when it's on your back, you know what I'm saying? I would like hard on both sides. I would like a kind of hard shell on both sides and then inside because because you know because that charging handle on that ZPAP, so I wouldn't want that to be poking. So it wouldn't be a soft shell backpack, that's for sure. Favorite song? I carry Z-Pap, but have to struggle to get it out. Well, you just gotta basically you gotta practice and train with it. So you might like I was thinking about like some kind of scabbard system, like a scabbard type system, like but I ain't even thought about that, man. I got to get me a backpack one, man. That's a thing. I need a backpack one. So I don't know. Let me know if you find one. Shit, I'm gonna start looking around, and if I find one, I'll do a little video on one. But I ain't thought about that because that's what I really need to be carrying when I go on road trips is the Z-Pap for the car, not for like walking around general public. Because if you're on the side of the freeway and some shit pop off, and a couple of jump out boys want to kind of try to take you out on the side of the freeway, it'd be nice to have some nice heavy firepower. But again, you got cars driving by, so like even if you on the road driving or whatever it may be, man, you always got to think about where's that bullet gonna land, man. That's what makes it so it makes it so miserable when you out there carrying because the laws ain't on your side for you to defend yourself, man. I don't like that, man. I don't like that, and that's why it'd probably be better to just for me to move. I mean, I live kind of in the country now, but I need to move countryer, like so it's not that many people. So if somebody do try some shit, I pop your ass. All I'm gonna do is hit an oak tree or something. I ain't trying to hit nobody else. That is not my goal. What optic do you use on your Z-Pap? Oh, I got a Romeo 5, I think. Sig Romeo 5. I walk in general public here in Florida. I carry EDC. Yeah, I heard that. Florida, y'all got some y'all laws is definitely DeSantis don't be playing. He let you kind of do what you want down there. But I still think even in Florida, I think in the wrong county or something like that, they might try to do you too, man. It's a lie. These courtrooms are not on our side, bro. Y'all just got to remember that. Courtrooms are not on our side, man. But man, look, man, I'm about to get up out of here. But hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Oh, Go Hard Tactics, what's up? My ADC bag 10.5 in a 511. 511 make good bags for sure. I like 511, like Savior. I like mainly 511 and Savior. You're right. I didn't even think about that. I want a Z-Pap 92 so bad. Yeah, hell yeah. You better get you one. Shit, y'all better get. I'll tell you right now. Shit, maybe I will stick around. I'll tell you right now. You better try to get your AR-15s, all your short barrels together. Get your Z-Paps. I don't know what they're gonna try to come take next, but I'm glad I got all my AR. I got my my 10.5. No, I got my 8.5. Damn, I forgot. No, I got my 8.5, 300 blackout. I got 11.5, 5.56, 16-inch 5.56 Z-Pap. So I'm cool, but y'all better try to get y'all short barrels together because especially if you're in a state that allows short barrels, because I think they might try to come get them next. Do you like Taurus? Man, what's wrong with Taurus? Shit, Taurus make good pistols. You have to have more than one handgun. Absolutely, you got to have more than one handgun. Taurus make good pistols. Fuck yeah. Shit, that G4X or GX4 carry, whatever. Dress to Kill Tay, he love that gun. I have a short barrels, but except for my Mossberg Shockwave. Okay. You still rocking with the blade? Fuck yeah, I got the blade. Shit, I'm about to get that suppressor pretty soon. Go Hard Tactics. Once I get my can, I got to get my multi-cal can. I'm getting the 45 ACP can so I can shoot all calibers. And I'm going to have that motherfucker suppressed. Shit, the blade running. I got the oppressor on it right now. Shit, the blade be running. That motherfucker. I love that gun. It's a little heavy, I ain't going to lie, because it's all steel. It's all metal. So I would like to get a more of a lighter 9mm PCC. That would be nice, but the ones I was looking at, they too expensive, man. I saw that man. Why is that motherfucking that Springfield Kuna? That motherfucker expensive, bro. I was looking at that thing. I said, I'm gonna get the Springfield Kuna. I went on what's the name and looked at it. No, I will not be getting the Springfield Kuna. They want $1,100 for that thing, and they don't even look that good. To be honest with you, it look kind of funky looking. And then I saw the what is it? The T Electric had it. The motherfucking what's that motherfucker? Where's something tactical at? I'm gonna need that motherfucker. Yeah, he got one. Damn, what's that thing? The one that the one that PSA put out, the FDE one. They put the models out. The Jackal, yeah, the Jackal 9, the Jackal 9, yeah, the Jackal 9. That one is expensive, but that Springfield Kuna, woo, $1,200, man. Oh, man, I ain't spending no money for that for no 9mm PCC. If I'm spending that money, I might as well get a CZ Scorpion. Shit, and that motherfucker hella light. Shit, I ain't fucking with that. I ain't spend no $1,000 on a PCC. Man, you tripping? No, I just rock my jacket, my Blade 6. Keep that going. You take Glock mags too. All Glocks are budget guns for sure. No, I can't afford that. Yeah, the Jawbone. I saw that one. Glocks are not budget. Dr. T, why you say Glocks are not budget? I think they budget. They only like 500. Shit, you can get the Gen 3s for 450. Some of them. Well, got to pay to play. Yeah, you got to pay to play. I feel you chopping with the saying yeah. Oh, right on. I appreciate you sending that, man. T-Sauce 45 AC. Hey, T-Sauce. Oh yeah, T-Sauce makes some good guns. I shot a T-Sauce like 2 weeks ago. I think it was last when I got what the 47, maybe about a month, maybe. But this dude had a T-Sauce. It was a double stack, I believe, 2011. Man, them T-Sauce be running. Shit, I don't know what the mag availability is about and all that kind of stuff, but I ain't got the one I shot. That motherfucker shot so smooth and sweet. I was like, fuck yeah, the T-Sauce be running. For the learn for the long the layaway. You gotta learn the layaway. I heard that. Not here in New York. Oh, okay, Dr. T. In new condition, not used. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. In New York, okay, I see what you're saying, Dr. T. Yeah, they a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, Glock is pretty budget friendly if you outside of a restricted state, I would say, because in California they cheap too, though. But California, civilians only can buy Gen 3s. They can't get the Gen 4s or Gen 5s. T-Sauce and Rock Island basically the same. Yeah, they basically the same. But I Rock Island, they make some good 1911s too, though. They both of those solid companies in my opinion. Damn. Oh, okay, 650 plus. Yeah, but for the most part, I mean, there's a lot of great pistols that are priced well, but I just think with Glock, I think how they give it back to you. If you spend, let's say you spend 600 on a Glock and you're in New York State, or 650, how you get it back is that the magazines are not that expensive. You even though you're in a restricted state, you can buy aftermarket parts. You know what I'm saying? So you can build that $600 gun to $1,000 gun easily. I know what you're saying, but the actual gun stock out the box is good to go for $650, and that's not too bad. But if you're in a restricted state, you probably don't have access to a lot of guns anyway. I know in California they don't have you don't have access to every pistol on the market. They have a gun roster. The 44 is $350. Oh, okay. Well, shit, that's cheaper than what I paid for my 44. The law enforcement trade-ins is our good budget. Yeah, LE trade-ins are always good. And the one thing about LE trade-ins, what I like about LE trade-ins is that they've already ran the gun. So the gun's been ran, and it ain't. If it's been ran, but at the same time, they're usually marred up a little bit because they're LE guns, so they don't care. I think when people own guns, they kind of like don't want to mar them up a little bit, even though they don't care, so to speak. They're like, oh, I don't really give what they do. They don't want scratches on their gun. But I think truly LE does not really care about scratches on their slide and all that kind of stuff. So they're going to be marred up. But that's nothing. You can always Cerakote it again, have it resprayed or whatever. That's irrelevant. But then it brings it back to buying a new gun, because if you buy it for $400 on the LE and then you spray it again, or whatever, and buy a new firing pin and all that kind of stuff. Now you could have just bought a newer gun. So if you're gonna keep it LE, it's a great deal. But if you're gonna get it repainted and put new firing pin in there and new extractor, a new ejector, and all that kind of stuff, or a trigger, now you should just went out and bought a brand new Glock. So the key with LE is that you're gonna take it as is and just maybe throw an optic on it, or maybe throw iron sights. But usually the LE trade-ins, they already come with Trijicon sights because they get all that shit free. So they usually come with really good sights and stuff like that. But the trigger is not. It's going to be stock for sure. No, some people don't take care of their guns, Dr. T. You right. It's been ran and most cops don't shoot a lot, so it's not worn out. No, they don't shoot a lot because a lot of cops, a lot of municipal departments, they cut their budget on training, so, and where they cut it at is on actually shooting. So most cops, if they're gonna shoot, what they do is they link up with a gun range in their little on their little beat path, and they befriend them, and then the range usually let them come shoot for free. I don't know if y'all know that a lot of cops, that's why they hang out at gun ranges so they can shoot for free. I prefer new too. I never bought an LE trade in. Not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying that I haven't. But I like new because I like my gun. Because my guns are gonna be my guns. I'm never gonna sell them. So that's just the way it is. That's a fact on cops and train range. Yeah, they definitely hang out at gun ranges because and the gun ranges, they actually like it because it gives them an extra sense of security. So if some knuckleheads about to roll up and do something stupid, they see that cruiser or that state police or sheriff out there, they kind of think otherwise. And then also the shooters in the range kind of like, indirectly kind of like, okay, it's a cop up in here. So anything can still happen. People don't really back down because they see cops. Let's just make sure that we understand that too. Just because the old days when people used to see cops, oh man, it's a cop over there, don't go over there. Man, these goons nowadays, they see cops, they don't really back down. Like man, we gotta change the plan. They're like, fuck that, the plan still got going. If he getting our way, he going down too. So they don't really. The goons don't really trip off cops anymore as much as they used to. The average citizens still have that high level of respect for a police officer, but the goons it went down. And now with the international crime wave of people coming from like the Eastern Bloc and coming from the South America and China, these cats don't have no respect for no law enforcement at all. No. They're not gonna run away and divert the plan. Hey, abort the plan. There's a sheriff out there, man. They gonna get a call from the shot caller. ASA, make that shit go down. You know what I'm saying? They gonna still execute the plan. They don't reach off police no more. Police, the only people that fear police is law-abiding citizens. My local PD rolling with the simple. Hell yeah, used to work at one. Yep, and to have them on speed dial. Yeah, hell yeah, they have those gun ranges on speed dial. Because remember that, if y'all remember the LA bank robbery or the Hollywood bank robbery, when those fools came out there with the armor suits on, and they were shooting them. They went to a local gun range, the police, to get heavier artillery because they were outgunned. So yeah, the gun ranges and the gun shops are definitely linked in, and with PD and the whole LE trade in is linked in with your local FFLs and PD and stuff like that. And they've scratched each other's backs. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't think nothing's wrong with the LE trade in guns. I think they're excellent firearms. Like I said, only thing I would say is this: when you buy one, you should have the mindset that I'm gonna keep it exactly the way it is, right? Because if you start doing things to upgrade it, you just went to a brand new gun all over again. Like if you had to re-cerakote it and you, like I said, you changed the internals out or you did this, well, you could have just bought a new Glock. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it at that price point so you can keep that quality. Just see here, I remember watching that on the news as a kid. Yeah, that bank robbery, hell yeah, that was a lot of shots fired, man. That shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. And like I said, stuff like that, man, that stuff ain't that shit could happen anytime, anywhere. There is no way you can tell me that we are not in super volatile times right now. And as expensive as things are right now, I mean, it's crazy, man. And now what I'm hearing now is they starting to send people from the big cities to all these rural areas. So you're gonna start hearing about small towns dealing with inner city problems all of a sudden because they're gonna start bringing Section 8 and all those federal subsidies to these little smaller areas. And that's where I think America is going to really deteriorate at, because small towns ain't used to people just acting a fool all over the place. They used to a lot of people acting a fool, but usually in small town, people act a fool in their own house or in their own property. And then somebody says, like, mind your own fucking business. You ain't got nothing to do. What you poking around here for? Get your fucking ass back on your side of the block, stuff like that. But see, they not used to city folks, and them they can get a little more ignorant, and then things can get a little more like volatile, and that's where gun laws and stuff, you're gonna start finding out people that they thought they can just shoot somebody and do what they want. And the biggest one, I think, is the biggest one that get people in trouble is that some states don't allow you to defend property. You can defend your life, but you can't defend your property. Louisiana is a state like that. You can't defend your property in Louisiana. You can defend your life. Okay. And there's some states like your garage, if it's detached from your house, you can't defend nobody. You can't defend your property detached to your house. But if it's detached to your home, if it's attached to your home, then the garage is part of your home. So there's a lot of little tricky little things you gotta know about your state. Can you defend your property in your state, or can you only defend your life? Can you do both? Is your garage part of your attached to your home, and is that considered part of your home? If it's detached, is that still part of your home? There's a lot of little things that you would have to know about your state laws in order to make sure you, when you squeeze that trigger, that man, you ain't gonna end up behind bars. And like I said, the cat that you shoot, he may not even die, and then he might be out in 4 or 5 years, and then your ass still locked up, and then now he gonna go back to your house and terrorize your wife or whatever. So like that shit is not that easy, man. And that's why I said, man, go get your concealed carry permit. Even if you don't gotta have it, at least you can learn some shit. Because I was up in that motherfucker like, what the fuck? I was like, what? Like this, man. I was mad pretty much the whole time, because when I found out what I had to do to defend my life, I couldn't believe it. I was shell shocked. Now I kind of knew, but I forgot. I was in a haze. Like, oh man, I'm cool, man. Somebody run up on me, I'm just gonna let him have it. And when he started talking about this ballistics and how the gun, the bullet, all that, I forgot about bullets travel and all that kind of shit. I was like, man, I'm cool, bro. I'm staying home. A good amount of trade in on pawns. Yeah, the person didn't even shoot the gun. I have a 226 chamber 357. I think it's just accurate. Hell yeah, man! Look, that's what happened in Chicago. Yep, man. Look, pretty much find out your local state laws, nearby state laws, and all that. USAC Reciprocity app and then website. Yep. Well, yeah. You got to know all that stuff. But man, I tell you right now, any gun that you have is better than having no gun. Bottom fucking line, man. That's the bottom line. Any gun's better than no gun. Why every time I look up the fucking game, the Chargers are driving? What the fuck's wrong with this picture, man? Our offenses suck. What Aaron Rodgers doing? Damn. Man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. But I appreciate everybody stopping by, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. If y'all want to drop a few dollars on your boy, that's fine. If not, I don't give a shit. But stand by. I got some more footage coming up on some new content I got coming up. I hope my Glock 17 Ramjet come in on Wednesday. That'd be sweet, because I'm off on Thursday. I'm not off on Thursday. I'm off Friday, and then that way I can go to the range and do all that. But I appreciate everybody, man. And like I said, man, go get y'all permits. But even if you already got it, just refresh your state laws. Find out what the newest laws is, because it makes a difference. But also, man, let me know if y'all want to get in on this ballistic training, man. Like everybody share ammo training going through jail, man. So everybody go buy some jail dummies. Anybody want to go in on one or donate to one with me, man? Because these motherfuckers expensive, man. These little jail figurines. I was like, why they charge so much for these motherfuckers, man? Because I want to see how it travels, man. And I want to get a table and shoot, like get right in front of it and like pow, and then see how far it travels and when it expands. I want to see because, like I said, the skinny jean mafia, them motherfuckers are skinny. So I don't know how much. They only this wide. So like, like I need to make sure that bullet is gonna stick inside of this little 2 foot space, man. Like, these cats ain't even that big, man. The ones the Jack boys ain't that big. The YCs, the YNs, none of them, they ain't that big. And so let me know if everybody want to get in on the jail ballistic. You can do this shit at a range, but I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get Nola Gossel Trap, and anybody else, and then if anybody want to donate, I'll test it. Tell me what ammo if you donate, whatever you donate, I'll buy the ammo with that donation, and then I'll go shoot that amount of rounds for you through whatever, like you said. Hey, I'm gonna send you $40, eyes in there, but I want you to buy 40 Smith & Wesson, Federal HST, whatever, 185 grain. I'll go buy it. I don't even want to make no profit on this shit. I want people to send me money so I can buy ammo so we can all test it together, and I'll shoot because I got all the caliber guns. I'll buy some 9mm. Tell me what you want me to shoot. Get them, and me and Nola will go out there. SIG, V Crown, whatever y'all carry, y'all let me know. And then and even if you don't send no money, I'm still gonna just tell me what y'all want me to shoot. I'm gonna go buy like hella different. All this week, every day this week, I'm gonna go buy a different box of jacketed hollow points for different calibers. I got 45, 40, 9mm, and I already got my 22 LR. Them motherfuckers, I know they ain't over penetrating, and that's why I like 22 LR. But we gonna shoot some shit, man, because we gotta find out how far these motherfucking bullets traveling and how much are they opening up and sticking. Because if it's going right through, man, we done, bro. We all gonna be in jail doing YouTube videos. So we done, man. So we gotta find out how this shit is traveling, man. We gotta find out how this shit is traveling, man. And like I said, it's not just the skinny jean mafia. It's a lot of the YCs. We got young crackers out there. We got all kind of fools out here running around jacking. We got all kind of people, but they ain't that big. So there's not a lot of big, huge dudes like jacking people, like, you know what I'm saying? They still knocking fools out and putting people in chokeholds and stuff. So they good. But we got to find out these little trigger guys and like how we can get them down quickly without over penetration and knocking out the old lady with her groceries and stuff, because you ain't gonna like to live with that either. If you know you took somebody out that didn't deserve it, that ain't gonna make you feel good anyway. So we got to watch out for everything, man. We ain't got time to be playing around. So I'm gonna strip down my whole EDC ammo, man. I'm cool, man. No more ball tips for a while. It's all jacketed hollow points, and I gotta go buy 4 or 5 different boxes. And I know there's no ways Subsonics plus P 147 and all that has to be over penetrating. There's no way that shit is moving slow and sloppy and sticking. I want some slow, sloppy expansion as soon as it hits soft tissue and t-shirts and clothing. That's what I'm looking for. Like, boom, as soon as it hit, wow, like it opens up and just drives and then it stops. I don't want nothing that's just gonna fly all right through. So let me know what y'all think, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Stay blessed. Hey, catch y'all on the next one. Peace.